ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round 6 of the 2024 MotoOption Supercross Championship live here on Start Your Systems. We have a stacked studio ready to watch Glendale here tonight. Kellen Brower, Andrew Wood as always, but we also have Doc Smith on the couch next to A-Wood. We got Max Vohland sitting in the chair. He's chilling, and we are getting ready to call the action tonight. Boys, Glendale, this is like one of the best rounds of the year in my opinion. The track is sick. I don't think there's much better than what we're about to see tonight.
No, track looks sick. It's always fun, always a little bit longer, and some big rhythms tonight. So I think it's going to be super fun to see these guys and see what they crank out.
Yeah. Absolutely. You got something, Max? What do you got for us?
Glendale, great track for me. Love Glendale, love the stadium. Did a little bit different in sim than IRL, but we do like the longer lap times, less laps, so less fatigue on the fingers for the boys tonight for sure.
All right, Doc, what do you think about the longer track? You like it here at Glendale?
Yeah, it's always sick going to that track in person, and even riding this track in game. It's super fun, and yeah, I mean, as much as I can say, I'm not racing it.
All right, so I hear you guys already saying we got a bad echo in chat. We're going to try to work on that throughout the night. First time we've ever done 4 mics, so hopefully we don't have too much of an issue. Yeah, it's probably you, A-Wood, but we'll try to dial it in.
I see it bouncing right there the second
Yeah,
one,
it's bouncing a little bit. So, but yeah, we'll try to dial it in. While we do that, let's go ahead and get into our intermission screen and talk about qualifying times because, as I just mentioned here, boys, we got Braden Carter looking a little bit saucy out here. 106.2 to a 107.3. Doc, Max, you guys play with Braden a lot, so we're not surprised at this point, right? He's just going to qualify first every week?
He's the lap time goat. I don't know how he figures out the track so fast, because I usually always hop on the tracks when they do just to practice and get my amateur times in. And, yeah, the dude figures the track out in 2 laps. I'm seeing Casey Cochran, though, in P12. It's good to see him back out racing, so rooting for on the injury club with me at the moment, so that's cool too.
Yeah, good to see Casey back as well. But Doc, what are you seeing about these times? I mean, it's obviously kind of a mixed bag throughout, but 1 second of separation at the top on this long of a track is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I mean, and one person I'm not seeing up there that I expected to see, especially with the bigger lines and stuff we're probably going to see tonight, was Jacob Hubbard. But I mean, that just shows you how crazy stacked it is up top.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, so this is our 450 times going into tonight. Sorry, I'm trying to work on the audio at the same time and see what you guys are saying. All right, well, I actually switched you and me onto the board, off the board, but maybe we'll play with that a little bit. So it looks like down to the 40th spot, Chase Blakely to 111.2. So as the track gets longer, obviously the times will be spread out a little bit more this round, so 5 seconds between our top time and cutoff. Let's take a look at 250s, though, because some of these guys in the 250 class may not be doing as big of lines, and there you have it, Holden Coat at a 110.1.
Jesus.
So we're seeing 4 seconds
4 seconds
in the 250 class, and Andrew, I'd have to imagine that's just quads. These guys are busting quads on 450s.
Yeah, it's got to be big lines. I mean, there's 2 big long rhythm sections with some big rhythms in there. I mean, they're not pulling that much on a 1-minute track without, getting rid of 1 jump in a section or something like that. So going to be big rhythms in the 450 class compared to the 250s, but I'm sure they're still able to pull something out here. It's a long, fast track with a long rhythm. So gonna be good to see, but we'll definitely see once that first 450 heat comes around what they're doing differently.
Yeah, well, we also see the times in this 250 class, Max, a little bit closer, like 110s in the top 8, 111s, like all the way down to 18th place.
Oh, wow.
So it seems like the 250 guys, maybe more of them have kind of figured out how to get around this track fast.
Yeah, I think the 250 class tonight will be a little bit closer racing and will be more dependent on who gets the legs here and there. So it might be closer, more spread out, but I feel like with the 450 guys being a lot faster and so much variation in the times, the 450 could be a good race tonight. It will allow guys to catch each other and not just be stuck in the same pace and riding the hot line around the track.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing the 250 West guys again after a little dabble into the 250 East class. So let's take a look at those standings to remind you guys where that's at. Seth Shirley up 31 points on Braden Tharp. John Hyman 32 back of Seth. And Doc, we just saw last week, Seth moved up to the 450 class and won. He's 4 for 4, technically speaking, through 4 rounds of 250 West. Does the trend continue?
I mean, it looks like it's going to. With how he rode in the 450 class, I mean, you can see what he's doing in the 250 class here. The trend is It's trending.
Trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
No question about it. All right, so that is our kind of run through everything. We'll take a brief look at 450s, but we know what's going on. Braden Carter, 32 up. Seabolt, they're in second. Leclerc now into P3, but it is getting spread out in a hurry, and Carter has got this thing looking pretty good. So we'll get into the server and see how things are looking. While we do that, we're trying to figure out the sound issues. Did me switching my mic and Awood's mic, did that help at all, or are we still having a pretty bad echo, guys? Let us know in the chat.
Catsnot was telling me third setting on the back.
Third setting on the back will keep you tight.
Yeah, it looks almost like a heart, and then my gain is down, but you're now on the input that's probably going to echo, so
yeah,
I think that will help.
Little echo. Echo is gnarly. Go. So we're trying to sort through it. Awood's going to be a little bit louder. Sounds good right now. It's not as bad as they say. So maybe we'll call a Heat Racer 2 like this. If it's too bad, if it's too gnarly, we can always kind of switch it out. I put my mic on this one just because I'm the furthest back from everyone. I'm the most away from everyone, so hopefully the echo wouldn't be as bad, but
yeah,
you know how these things go.
If you're echoing too, or you want to put me back on that, I could always mute until I talk, and then just keep an eye on it.
Well, we could basically just do it so that one of you guys doesn't talk per race. And we all put everyone on the board, but I would like it if we could all talk. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, so we'll try to. All right, a little echo now, but it's fine. It'll probably get worse as I yell, but you know we'll cross that bridge as we get there. So yeah, this track is super long, crazy long lap times. What's kind of the first thing that stands out to you guys about this track? I mean, to me, it's the sand sections and the whoops, kind of that weird little middle section, but we also have some pretty gnarly long rhythm sections here.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy. Having a rhythm section that has like 15 plus jumps in it is kind of insane.
Yeah, the first rhythm section coming out, it's like a step on, step off. I think the 450 guys will maybe go, like quad potentially through there after that, or maybe triple, quad, triple. I don't know. It's going to be a weird mixed bag from that. Max, for you, which of the two kind of like rhythm sections, the one after the Supercross triple over the finish, or the one that comes out of the first corner, do you think is kind of the best in terms of racing?
Yeah, I mean, the one out of the turn off the start, and also being a turning rhythm, and just how long that dang rhythm is going to be a factor for the guys for sure. They're going to have to be precise through there, and I have no idea what rhythm these 450 guys are doing, but I'm sure there's some quads, maybe a 5 in there somewhere. And then also the two sets of whoops into sand section, it seems a little weird. I mean, we'll see how it turns out, but I know these guys are good, and they'll be sending it for sure.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Anthony Pachone and Seth Shirley, both resubbing up right now. Pachone for his 5th month, Shirley for his 4th month. Thank you guys so much for the support, and that is greatly appreciated. Did I get timed out of the server? I might be timed out of the server. About it. I have not even been in the server this whole time, so I apologize, T-Lang, probably in the chat right now about ready to yell at me and let me know what the heck are you doing. Let's head into our live screen and get ready to go racing tonight with 250 West. Heat number 1 coming up first. Obviously, it's going to be exciting to see what the 450 guys can do, but this 250 class, always kind of interesting to see how they dissect a track first time out of the night. For you guys, qualifying for these guys is an hour long, and then the 250 guys, or maybe a little less experienced, have to go right away. The 450 guys maybe get a little bit extra time to get ready. Do you like that? Do you like qualifying ending and then just going right into it, or do you wish you were in the 450 class here tonight?
No, honestly, I think if you've put in your lap time, you're not going to get any faster on the track. You've put enough laps on the track to know what you can and can't do at that point in time. It's just time to just get on the track at that point. Start racing.
Yeah, well, Max, for you, obviously you've experienced it in real life as well. Do you think for these guys, though, it's nice to have that little extra time, or do you want to get those cobwebs dusted off right away?
Yeah, if I was picking racing sim, I'd be doing 450 for sure. I mean, you get the little bit extra time on the track and just get the dial and the muscle memory a little bit better, and just be a little bit more precise. 258 is also such a hard bike to ride, and sim so much harder, to me at least, than the 450. The 450's got so much power, and it just makes all the jumps a lot easier. And I definitely want more time on a 450.
Yeah. All right, so this is a quick little look at the track because I'm going to make it look just absolutely pitiful trying to get around this track right now. But thanks, Haywood. You know, always a vote of confidence out of you, buddy.
Always. I like the track. I like for if I was spectating like at that race, having long rhythms along both sides for the fans. Then like it's like mirrored whoop sand kind of in the middle. But I do feel like there will be some passing. Some guys are good at flat corners, kind of in the middle between the two sand sections, and the whoops. Some decently long whoop sections, you know, coming into the finish and all that stuff. But I do think most of the action we're going to see here is guys making mistakes here tonight in these big rhythm sections.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like
We're
that.
solid.
Yeah, just blowing themselves out, trying to go 3 3/4.
Oh boy. Hey, look, the cobwebs need to be dusted off still, boys. We didn't make the main out of EU last week, so we're getting there when it's time. All right, it is about time to go racing. 250 heat number 1 is gonna load up onto the gate. We're gonna get our first look at racing. If you're just joining us here for the first time, Kellen Brower on the mic along with Andrew Wood, Doc Smith, and Max Vohland. Great to have Max with us in studio for the first time. Doc, third time for you. It's like you're experienced at this point. Enjoying it though? You like being in studio?
Oh, it's super fun. It's definitely keeps my Wednesday evening pretty interesting. So just loving being here. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Great to have you again. Max, what about you? How's the experience so far?
Yeah, so far so good. Definitely helping me keep my mind off my injury, and I'd be sitting on the couch either playing the game. So at least I get to do something a little different. It's nice being in studio, and I'm glad you invited me over here to do this.
Absolutely, anytime, and it's great to see you as well. I know we're all a little bit bummed that you're dealing with that injury right now, but yeah, you know, keeping the spirits high and calling a little bit of sim racing always loosens up the joints, hopefully. So.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah. All right, 250 heat number 1 loading into the gate. We're going to get a rundown on who is going to the gate. And a reminder, people in chat, I know I'm echoing. I will be the one that has the echo. We're hoping that everyone else does not. So if you can just kind of bear with us for that a little bit. We might change a few settings throughout the night to try to make things a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper. We might actually just change it to 4-channel if I can do all of them. But that is the plan. And myself and Andrew Wood also trying to get bevved up tonight. We are going to be putting down the beers like it's nobody's business, huh?
Yeah, you'll have a lot of hydrates to catch up on.
That's the plan. I'm on my 4th beer already, and the hydrates are going in chat. So I feel like maybe I might warm up some of these beers and get a shotgun going here soon, just to kind of get the night started off.
Are those ones that cooler pretty?
There's some pretty cold ones, but I feel like if anyone's shotgunned a really cold beer before, it's not the most fun. So this kind of mid-level one right here will be probably the best. We give these a heat race to wait, and then all right, I'm back. We get that going though, and then we'll be ready for the night. So keep redeeming those hydrates, and probably after a heat race or 2, we will be able to get that going for you guys.
Look, it's a fact.
But it's gonna be a fun night. That's why we brought in some replacements too, because I'm probably gonna get too drunk to where I can't talk anymore. So I'll just be sitting here watching, and Max and Doc will kind of go through it.
Yeah, he was going to be passed out by the end of the 450 main.
Oh yeah,
but,
that was the plan. I texted
yeah.
Kellen that earlier, so I was like, listen, I'm not trying to make it through. Sleeping here, probably right on this couch. So.
Do you remember, Haywood, when we streamed and we held a pit board out saying Skyzor #1 as we were waving towels?
Yeah, I got it right here. I saw it today, and
clean it up a little bit.
I might clean it up and throw something out, but I think that was an Ironman race with Shaq in there, and I don't know. I remember one time I was messed up though.
All right, folks, we are lined up on the gate, ready to go. 9 riders go to the main event, 6 minutes plus a lap, 250. Heat number 1 from Glendale. Let's go.
Ooh, big jump off the inside there. Long start straight. A couple guys going down just like that. Got a KTM. Tharp up the inside, but he's going to get snuck around even tighter by Hayden Stevenson taking the whole shot, but Tharp is going to answer back quickly. We'll see how this works through a long turning rhythm section. Halfway through here, it turns, and look at that. Carnage behind, and these guys whipping into each other, staying alive somehow.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa, Lag City, but we had kind of dualies off of the triple first lap as that was Stevenson going exit stage left on the wall jump. Who we got getting in the mix down the inside?
Whoa.
Alec Horn getting a little feisty. Philski and Snowboard battling it out for second spot as they go through the sand. You also got the 18 of Evan Holt with a good start. And Horn's going to get down the inside of Stevenson, put that block pass on and move into second place. He's going after Tharp for the lead. Oh,
Yeah.
Stevenson through the front door.
Lands it.
Oh, he went over the bars. Jumps back on middle.
wide.
The 4 riders over the finish line jump together. Snyder tossing off the triple. We got Evan Holt, straight air Leclerc ruining our dualies like it's nobody's business. As Thorson is going to
always
get
one.
quadded over. Stevenson down the inside. Oh,
Yeah.
death off the inside of the track. Cross back over.
Dualies.
Oh, land on him. Oh my God. Got it tight right there. So Evan moves into fourth, excuse me, as Tharp continues to lead. Those guys tripling on that table, and now Tharp
snake,
is
off
jumping off the
course.
track. Oh my gosh, this is hectic. 250 heat number 1, catch the fever.
Yeah, I was going to say, Braden Tharp has been surprising me in his first 2 heat races so far this East Coast kind of run. He's came out the gate hot in his heat races, but man, a little bit sketchy, and right now he's got some competition coming up close behind him, but a big gap, and just like that, Alec Horn goes down, gets sideways, gets a bad kick, and look at that huge gap.
Oh,
Another rider
Thorson.
going down. There's Thorson dead. So there's about 5, 6, 7 guys, 8 guys, so he's going to be just outside of transfer position now. He's got to get up, and that's how close these guys are right now. Austin Bridges up into, looks like 7th place.
Niles, and then Horn picked it up in a transfer spot, but he just lost it. Holden Coate went by, and Coate's trying to make a hefty block pass right there on the 74 of Nick Niles. They go through the whoops. Oh, Horn just does not have a good time in those whoops right there. He's trying to pull it back together. So let's get back to this kind of lead group, because it's a good little freight train still following Tharp in the lead as he is going off that big double jump right there. Snyder and Holt in a battle for second place right now. Oh, Snyder sliding it into the corner right there. This is pretty interesting to see how these guys are approaching the track right now. Really high speed early in this heat race, but Tharp's sprinting away from everybody else.
Yeah, I got a great start there and just kind of putting in the laps. Had one big miss right here in this rhythm section, which looks like it's going to be causing these 250 riders problems all night. Someone said that they could do some more quads and stuff like that, but a lot of them tripling through just to kind of hit some easy, consistent lines. Holtzy with the move right here, going to go up the inside of his teammates.
Bouncing. Oh, Tharp down in the
And
loop.
just the inside. So now this is a battle for the lead. Snyder into the lead, and Tharp is down and outside of that. And just like that, one pass up the inside. Talked about those flat corners earlier, and that's going to move him up. We'll see if he can get a drive through this rhythm or through this whoop section and kind of pull away from Snyder.
Oh boy, man, these whoops look a little bit peakier this week, Doc. I know you guys love talking about the 4th and 5th year technique, but I don't know. You might be cooking a little bit too fast in them because some of these guys are really struggling.
No, I'm big second gear technique on most whoops. And on the 250 and then first gear on the 450. I can't do the 5th gear stuff normally.
In sim, by the way.
Yeah, we're not going 5th gear
Yeah.
wide open.
We're
No, not real life, no.
Well, what about you, Max? Are you 4th or 5th guy, or are you in second like Doc?
250 we're third wicked, sometimes 4th blip. 450 is definitely a 5th blip. Or first wide. It's 5th blip or first wide on the 450 for me. Doc's a 4th blip kind of guy. IRL, I'm a 4th and 5th wide kind of guy, so
I'm a first blip.
it depends on the whoop section.
way.
If they're long, we're hitting 5th. We're hitting 5th before the corner. If it's a short section, which it looks like these whoops would be a 4th gear IRL for sure.
Yeah, short set off a wall jump as you see Holtzy really trying to hold it on. This is still a really tight freight train at the front. We got Holt, Snyder, Cepeda, Takatoji teammates 2nd and 3rd. Briscoe now up into 4th ahead of Austin Bridges, who we saw in that Suzuki, moving up into the top 10 earlier on. Holden Coate, Braden Tharp in 6th and 7th, with John Heilman now into the 8 ride, and Tyler Nichols is rounding out our transfer spot. A little bit of a gap back to Hockey, and then Nick Niles, who we saw earlier. So some earlier guys like Hayden Stevenson, Tanner Thorson, and Alec Horn, 13th, 14th, and 15th for them as Hockey gets all kind of sideways in the whoops right now. 250s, though, certainly struggling with consistency early in 250 heat number 1. I think that's going to be the name of the game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to kind of get out to a good start and kind of get yourself in a good position. So many of these guys, I feel like we saw it last week in the 450 class a little bit, but also in the 250 guys, they're kind of a little bit nervous starting off their series. And it's just these guys, you know, not having good races. You get off to a bad start in the heat race, and then you're putting yourself with a bad position for the LCQ. And just like that, you're going to miss the main event. So some of these guys got to kind of figure it out once this race is over, get some more practice in on the track, and then get ready for that LCQ. Because missing out 2 rounds in a row is something you really don't want to do.
Max, I think we got to dial up 1-800-HUBBARD because the servers are struggling right now. We got a couple of glitching. These guys are lagging in and out a little bit, so not too sure what's going on, but that's certainly going to play with these guys as they continue to battle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know Hubbard, he'd be coding every day, so I don't know if he'd be adding stuff, and I know he was working on a live timing thing. I don't know if that's affecting the servers at all or whatever he's doing, but yeah, I'm sure he'll get it figured out. But yeah, it seems like it's been nice so far, at least for the amateurs. I remember racing novice last year, and the servers were not it. So at least he got the amateur servers dialed, but the pros are definitely a lot more important than us.
Update from Hubbard in chat. He says it's a skill issue and that it's on their end, not his. So clearly problems for that McDonald's internet. Tyler Nichols struggling with it right now as he closes up on Maverick Snyder. But this is a good battle as Hockey is closed down from 10th, and we still got the light bulb up ahead. Nichols blinking in and out as he goes off the racetrack. And we have got a little battle brewing for the final transfer spot. Can Hockey get up here and ruffle some feathers? Let's find out.
Yeah, he's getting sketchy though. It's he's kind of tightening up this battle here, trying to make a move for the transfer position, but Hockey kind of sending it. He looks like he might be pushing a little bit too hard, but he's definitely trying to make up that ground. So I think it'll be interesting to see what these guys do kind of in their whoop section technique, if they kind of send it. And
my goodness.
Is sending it for sure. Look at that pass right there. We'll see if he does it again or if he kind of settles in right here. Look at these guys.
Snyder pushes him out, and Nichols takes the spot back. So feisty.
I feel like that
battle.
was like Friends kind of move right there.
Yeah, pushed him out to give the advantage. Oh, Hockey on the rear tire. 3 wide coming into the finish. Oh my goodness, Triley's. Oh, and the Davalos bales continues on in 9th, and the battle still going now between them as Hockey has snuck by and taken off with this thing in P8. Oh, and who's down right there? That's Tharp, who hands over the transfer spot. Our early leader has now slipped all the way back to 10th for the number 23 machine. Really falling apart here late in this one.
Didn't know it became a pitcher with how hard he's throwing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, man, that's not what you want to see after getting the whole shot, you know, or maybe got it stolen from him, but easily backing the lead and leading a couple laps, and just like that, outside of a transfer spot. So now these guys that have been in all the action this whole race are kind of here jockeying for this final position. You got Maverick Snyder in 8th, 1 spot in front of Nichols, but these 3 are tight, and then you've got Tharp right behind him looking to find his way in. So all of these 3 right here trying to keep themselves off the bubble, and I think we might see a little bit of action. 2 whoop sections and 2 sand sections to go, and we'll kind of see what happens.
So up front, Emmanuel Cepeda is going to take the win. We're sticking with this transfer spot battle to see if it gets all the way to the flag as it is. Look at that. Nichols around the outside, gets past Hockey again. Here comes Tharp down the final set of whoops. Hockey's bouncing, and he goes down, and Tharp is going to go to the main event in Glendale with a last-ditch effort to get around Hockey, who is on his way to the ground. So it's Tharp going through, Nichols, Snyder, Bridges, Briscoe, Heilman, Coate, Holt, Cepeda taking the win in this one for Takatoji. Boy, oh boy, those transfer spot battles were something else.
Yes, Snyder was sending it right there, and he almost lost it himself before Hockey ended up going down a couple whoops before the end of that. But they all made it through, and man, Tharp, what a wild ride for his heat race here, trying to get on through the main event.
Well, Hockey checks into the chat and says, "You got to be kidding me." He is upset with himself after making the pass of his life in the whoops 2 laps before that.
Just be better.
Throws it in the whoops on the final lap. You hate to see it. F in chat to pay respects for Kyler Hockey going down there right at the end, because he says, "I was sending in the whoops," and he certainly sent himself right to the LCQ.
Also, I thought this was East Coast for like half this heat race, so.
You hate to see it.
No big deal. Do
you remember what coast we're on?
It's a skill issue.
Yeah, you need some geography help. I thought you were good at GeoGuessr. What happened?
I do really like GeoGuessr too.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I don't know.
Sometimes you just
it's a
don't
scheduling issue. Yeah.
Oh man.
Think of the privateers.
All right, so one heat race down. Max, what do you see about this racetrack that you're liking?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of mistakes out of the boys tonight for sure, which definitely mixes it up. The long rhythms are really killing these guys, and it seems like the whoops are a little bit more spaced, maybe a little bit peakier, and is causing a lot of mistakes. And as you see, we get a guy going down in the whoops just trying to send it for the last spot, so I'm sure we'll see that in a few more heat races here coming through the night.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that we get those transfer battles throughout the night. Those are the fun ones to watch, even in the LCQs. And yeah, like you said, this track is has got some areas on it that reach up, bite some people, make it a little bit more interesting than we have seen. I feel like through the through the last couple weeks. Anaheim too is pretty interesting, but I feel like Detroit was really straightforward, Doc. Like we just kind of knew what to expect from that racetrack, and so far this one is kind of throwing some curveballs at us.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to be inconsistency with these huge rhythms and the whoop sections. I mean, we have 2 of them this weekend, which is going to throw a curveball at everybody. Instead of just having one set of just trying to not to get sketchy in, you have 2 sets to deal with. So it's not going to be fun on that aspect, but man, it's great for us.
Yeah.
That's the best part, is sitting in studio and watching this and not being the one on the racetrack who is worried about all of that chaos going on. Talk about the start a little bit. I know it's almost a full stadium length based on a normal football field, but it feels shorter than we normally expect it to see for Glendale. Going into this first turn, where do you guys want to be on the gate here? Do you want to be middle? Do you want to be all the way inside? What works best for you?
I would say probably like within the first 3 on the left, maybe first 5 on the left. You want to be able to push people out, but not be so far inside you're getting pushed into the bells.
What about you, Max?
Yeah, I'm saying 3 to 5 inside the box is always the sweet spot. IRL, and it seems for me in sim is you got the most control. You can go wide if you need it, and you can cut people off if you get the jump down to the inside. So I'd say 5 is the sweet spot inside the box, but we'll see where Hubbard picks, because he is the whole shot goat, the Michael Essie of sim. So
he got mad at us in chat for saying that. He said, "Stop picking me because I keep crashing and screwed over." So, but I told him he still whole shots everything. So
yeah, no, he's got an insane start technique with having the clutch on a trigger. So I'm giving out his secrets.
Tanner Rogers picked that up.
Yeah, Tanner Rogers also picking up the start technique and actually been outstarting Hubbard.
Yeah.
What do you?
The last few years.
How do you?
They feather the clutch out
with the trigger? Yes.
But what trigger do you get rid of?
I think it's the left trigger.
Bumper,
Yeah,
for what?
left trigger.
What
Your
are you
left
breaking?
trigger.
I don't know. I don't think Hubbard uses rear brake
Well, what about
on.
front brake? Is it
I think it's a left bumper for him. Or at least that's what
There's
I
really
no
wow.
shot. I
don't know.
Damn.
When you ask Carter about his settings, though, he runs his throttle on a joystick, so
I know cheat.
I don't know what.
Man, this is
These guys are different.
Hubbard said Tanner backs up on the start, though. He cheats.
This guy.
Well, yeah, here we go.
All right. Here we go, folks.
Front brake on Y, rear brake on L3 that he clicks.
That is
what?
Crazy.
Confusing.
He's brake tapping with the
Someone
joystick.
said Max is an op.
All right, here we go, folks.
I'm just giving out all the secrets.
250 number 2 off and running. Someone got a great jump out of the inside on a Honda. It looks like a District Designs rider. It is Jake Speece on the 210 who gets down the inside. He is side by side with Seth Shirley. Shirley gets the whole shot, and he is off and running on the 1 dub, trying to pick up right where he left off last week with the 450 main event win in Detroit. Little off rhythm though, and Tyler Shoei getting in the mix. Millie Soderblom trying to triple over. We got 3 riders in the corner together as we go off. Dualies. Second place battle between Shoei and Soderblom going into the whoops, and they might split. Seth Shirley at the end here. Shirley held it on, and oh, these guys almost came together.
Yeah, Shao gets some contact right there from Soderblom, but able to hold on to it. These guys all jockeying for position pretty nicely here. No one really getting too much into each other, and a lot closer start than we saw in the first 250 heat. Look at this guy. You got about 6-7 guys in the whoops at one time, and Shao goes down though at the end. He's gonna get ran into by, I think, is that Soderblom? And
Yeah, Soderblom.
bummer start for him, as he's gonna lose a little bit more. But some guys getting up there, Caden Speck, Lucas Bruin, and Carson Bolin getting past him. Cameron Perkins as well. Emmett Sun now going into this kind of rhythm section. The rider down there, not sure who that was,
Go back
but
and find Lucas Bruin.
Lucas Bruin out of that. So these guys kind of staying a lot closer though than the first 250 heat that we kind of saw everyone getting a kind of big gap before Tharp threw that away real hard. So let's see if Shirley does the same. New line triple on there, right? Step off, triple. Look at this guy, but a different rhythm. And gonna get him through a little bit faster and cleaner than the other guys.
The sit-down hero right there, not putting any weight on those foot pegs at all. For you, Max, as the novice points leader, at least you were at one point, in this heat race right here, you get a good start. You're battling maybe second or third. How much are you trying to push forward in this situation, or maybe settle in and just try to transfer?
Yeah, definitely just trying to get a transfer spot, me personally. I mean, I think we all know Shirley is good enough that he can kind of do what he wants and can pull away. But one topic I want to pick up on here is how much more consistent these guys are looking just from having a heat race of warm-up practice compared to the first heat that we watched. Seems like the first heat had a whole lot of carnage, and it seems like these guys are keeping on the bike a little bit more, but that Shirley makes a little mistake there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about it in kind of the pre-show rolling into this about limited time for our 250 riders. It's the first time that these guys have raced in a couple weeks, getting the cobwebs dusted off. Man, Shirley, just as you say that, though, making a couple kind of critical mistakes right there, and Caden Speck closing up. But you're right, a little bit of extra time on the track certainly seems to be helping the 250 guys get a little bit more dialed in as we see Speck closing up on Shirley, Carson Boland, Austin Schaefer, and Emmett Sun inside of the top 5, establishing a bit of a gap. We got Cameron Perkins, Jonathan Hernandez, Evan Vanderkoy, Lucas Bruin, and we got a rider down. It is Race Cobble, who is now falling out of a transfer spot. A lot of positions lost, and looks like Bruin is now into that final transfer spot. You hate to go down in a transfer spot, especially halfway through, because you have way less time to work your way forward now.
Yeah, I'd much rather crash somewhere out the start, get into a kind of pile up when everyone else is going down, having some issues. But once everyone's starting to separate, you get a couple laps in. I mean, it's only 2.5 laps, maybe 3 laps right now that they've kind of been in. Leader just hit on to lap 4, so it just kind of sucks when you're starting to separate and you lose that much time, because one fall is now not only those positions, but everyone else is spread out. In the next 10 seconds that you fell, there's only really 2 guys you can get back if you get back those 10 seconds. So we'll see if he can remount a charge here, but there's a lot of names I'm seeing scroll across the top of the screen as well while we're going that are going to be really bummed to miss out into the initial transfer and go through the LCQ.
Yeah, the LCQ is always the last place you want to be, as we got a rider down right here that's going to slip back to 9th. Emmett Sun, as Tyler Show jumps over the top of him. And Show is going to go into that final transfer spot by the looks of it, up into P9. Spencer Turley team, what's up, my dudes, moving up into the transfer spots right now. Emmett Sun is going to keep it tidy. And I think, boys, we are on a trend here for another transfer spot battle, because this is still nice and tight with a couple minutes plus 1 lap to go.
Yeah, these guys are, I mean, if you look at the map at the top right while we're on the onboard, you can see all the dots of the racers. There's only about 3 guys that aren't between here and the sand section, so he's got a lot of spot or opportunity to make up spots right now. This field is actually a lot tighter than I thought it would be. And so I think he really just has to stay up, and he's going to have himself a transfer position. There's someone's going to go down. We still have over a minute plus a lap to go. So these guys probably on the verge of probably 3 laps to go. And I think if you just keep it up, you're going to be transferring through.
Well, Doc, I know we've asked you this before in studio, but you're in this position right now. You're Show in P9. You have Emmett Sun closing down on you. Do you want to be in a transfer spot right now, or would you rather be chasing and watching this all unfold in front of you?
Honestly, I want to be in that transfer spot, because I can always go forward and try to give myself a buffer, but I don't want to be getting hunted the entire time though. So I want to be in that transfer spot, but I'm trying to get on 8th place the entire time.
Absolutely. Oh, we got a rider down. Who's that going to be? That is Carson Boland, who was down for Takatoji and also crashing right there. Millie Soderblom down on the start straight. So Sun did move into a transfer spot, but he lost a spot. Evan Vanderkoy moved up and immediately crashed coming into this corner after the rhythm section. Really get going with these guys. He's going to be going right there in 10th, battling it now for 10th place alongside Brian Anderson. So Boland went back by into a transfer spot, and even though Vanderkoy crashed, he's still right there trying to challenge and get into this main event.
Yeah, these guys just kind of battling through. Vanderkoy got some pressure though on his rear end right now. We'll see what happens going through the whoops right here. So these guys are going to have 2 laps to go, and I mean, these guys are struggling through the whoop section here tonight. The whoop section and the long rhythm sections, I feel like, are the main points that these guys have to kind of watch out for. Everything else pretty straightforward, not seeing too many mistakes, but man, it seems stressful right here. This 250 class seems like there's so many guys that can kind of make the main or are on the same level, and all kind of making the same mistakes. Moving up on Lucas Bruin here, he throws a big whip right now. He's trying to make a pass, had a mistake, but trying to make a pass and move his way back forward.
Yeah, Bruin down the inside makes a pass there on Bullen. Well, the Takatoji Husqvarna jumping back onto the track though, right next to him. Time has expired, so the white flag is about to come out for our race leader. Still looks to be Seth Shirley on the 1 dub. Transfer spot is hot and heavy though. Carson Boland trying to hold on. Vanderkoy triples across him and moves into 9th place. So F-Move on the EVP Husqvarna has now moved into 9th. And will he hold off Carson Boland, Jake Speeds also trying to close up. Speeds, remember, got our whole shot earlier on, so he, of course, wants to convert on that good start and make it in. How about you, Max? Do you want to be in this transfer spot on the bubble, or would you rather be chasing and trying to close this down?
Yeah, me personally, kind of what Doc said, you want to be in this transfer spot and just trying to focus and ride ahead. If you ride behind, you're going to make a mistake and you're going to be worried, and you're most likely going to crash, or the dude's going to catch you and pass you. So if you're in this position, the goal is to focus ahead and trying to pass for 8 so you can at least have a little bit of a buffer. And yeah, for sure, also check the pit board to see how far the gap is back to 10th.
Oh, so do check the pit board, because I know a lot of those top guys, they like to either block the pit board out or block the gaps out a little bit to maybe help them out. But you in your case, you want to have that gap and you want to know who's back there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the main thing for the pit board. I feel like some guys are a lap time guy. I'm not a lap time guy. I just want to know how far I got a gap from behind me and how far I got to the guy ahead of me, of course, if I'm not right on him. And just really manage the race properly and not just throw away and do a dumb mistake, pushing too hard when I really don't need to, you know?
Yeah, no question about it. So Evan looks like he might be on his way through because that gap did open up. Seth Shirley up ahead, though, did take the win in this heat race. Caden Speck second, Austin Schaefer third, Jonathan Hernandez looks like he's crossing in fourth with Tyler Show in fifth. Cameron Perkins rounds into sixth spot right there with Evan's son seventh. Lucas Bruin through the whoops in eighth. And Evan Vanderkoy is going to go to the main event tonight here in Glendale. P9, he's pumped. Bike humps and transfer galore. You love to see it. Millie Soderblom, Ryan Anderson, Jake Spees, Carson Bullen, Colton Heckman, Ben Narana, Tucker Zimmerman, Noah McLaughlin, Race Cobble, Chase McDonald, and Evan Cormack will be headed to the LCQ behind these guys. So not as much chaos as we saw in the first heat, but man, Seth Shirley, he's making it look real easy out here, boys.
I mean, he doesn't really have much competition. I mean, he's undefeated so far through a couple rounds in the 250 class and the 450 race so far. So guy's just been dominating into the season, and it's cool to see. I think he ran a faster lap time in that heat race than he did in qualifying. I'm curious to see what happens with the 450 guys if they're still running any of those big lines and getting really down low into those really low times, or if that's something that they were really pushing for. So gonna try to keep an eye on Braden Carter when we see him and some of the other fast qualifiers, see if they're still running some of those like 106s that are just way faster than the 250s.
Yep, definitely. Real quick to Wicked CS, I downloaded all the skins I had DM'd to me, so I don't know if you DM'd them to me why I wouldn't have them. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance this afternoon to double back on the forum post, just trying to get everything ready for the stream tonight, but apologies. I will try to sort it, maybe even try to fix it between some heat race action here or something like that. But that's my bad. So, again, I apologize.
It ain't that deep. We'll get there when it's time.
We'll get there when it's time. How many beers we got, Haywood? How many are you down now?
5.
5?
In hour and a half.
I'm only on 2.
I need some more carbs or something. No, we're having a good time here. Max is trying to
I was checking. He's got the Reed special on
there.
He's got the 22.
He's checking out the factory. Is it signed?
Factory Chad Reed.
Oh, no, it's just
someone signed.
I literally can't even see Max. I just see his little his crutch pole thing poking the bag over there.
His cane though. He turned around earlier and looked like he was trying to snipe Doc from his position. So
we got to come back in studio and we got to see what's going on.
Got the cane gun.
All right, back in studio. Kel Brower, Andrew Wood, Doc Smith over there, Max Vohland. Oh,
I'm not getting shirtless.
Huh?
I said I'm not getting shirtless.
See,
Doc
the
wants
only
me to
time
get
I
shirtless.
get to see Max all stream is when he's on camera right here, because now I can see him in the studio stream, but I can't see him. He's way over the monitor over there. There he is, back over there.
I got the factory set up. We got the recliner in here. Thanks, Kellen, for bringing this thing in for me.
Yeah, you know.
We carry him up the stairs on our back.
Have you reclined that thing yet, man?
I haven't. No, I've honestly been so comfortable that I haven't need to. This thing seems like it's got some hours on it, so the cushion's really soft. So that's nice. I got a recliner at home, but it's only got a year on it. This thing seems like it's got at least 5 to 8.
Oh, easy. I mean, it was
easy.
That recliner's from my parents' house.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh,
Hannah and
decades on this thing.
My wife and I
got-
have been moved out for like 8 years or so it's definitely got a few years on it.
It looks at least 30, 40 years old.
Yeah, this thing is broken in.
It looks
and
so
comfy.
comfortable,
It
though.
is.
This thing was made before Max and I were born.
Okay.
Probably.
I think more than that. Yeah, probably twice your age. But we got a good studio set up this week. It's gonna be fun. Cullen, you need another beer?
Hear me. Yeah, what we got over here? I make the Cubs tower over here in my corner.
I was thinking about doing that.
All right, 450 heat number 1 on the gate. We got T-Lang, Caleb Hall, Boutigny, Seabold, Heckman, Castellaneta, Cromie, Pardelos, Sullivan, Haley, Eaglin, Smith, Hubbard, Davis, D-Mills, Rogers, Jackson, Holiak, Crotty, O'Brien. Doc Smith, give me a heat winner right now. Let's go.
Heat winner. I didn't even remember who all you said in there.
Oh, okay,
goodness. That's tough.
He only knows Hubbard and Rogers, so he's gonna be one of the two.
Let's go Tanner.
Hubbard, whole shot, he dies in second, sets a whoop first lap. That's what I'm calling.
Hubbard.
Sixth whoop. The sixth whoop.
All right, 6th whoop is going to get Hubbard.
Yep,
Oh,
Hubbard's
always.
getting the sixth whoop on the sixth lap.
Did you pick a winner, Max?
No, I didn't. Let's see. Eaglin.
Eaglin with
We're
the
going
win?
with Eaglin on this one.
I'm backing my boys. I think JS4 is about to get this dub.
For the dub?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Cromie's not getting the dub. I just saw
I gotta
his
be
name
like
go
Richard
past. Sorry,
Charmander in the
Cromie.
week, and I gotta support my guys.
I'm just looking. How about Jack Haley's not, or D Mills ain't either? How about a Jack Haley surprise dub?
Surprise.
Hubbard whole shot, death.
That's the
Jack
name of the
Haley
new
win.
band.
Hubbard,
if
whole
you
shot,
catch
will
the-
die.
Yeah.
He will go for a quad or a 5 and get legs.
All right. To everyone in chat, do you guys want face cams overlaid on the stream? Because we can do it, but it's up to you guys. If you want that, we'll make it happen. And you guys can see our pretty faces as we call the action. It's not the best thing ever, but if you guys really want to see it, I get it.
I like the face cams.
All right, we got yes, no, Crotty goaded. All right, we'll figure it out.
Crotty goated.
All right, Frank Jackson.
No,
let's see who's
do
gonna
it,
get the
yeah.
whole shot. It's
Crotty's
450
goated.
number
That's all we
1.
know.
Let's go in Glendale, off and running. Oh, look at JS4. That's a beaut of a start on the 4. Sweep it in. Sweep the leg. Oh, he's getting cleaned up by T-Raj through the first turn. It is Frank Jackson as tripling in from the outside. Tanner Rogers is going to try to triple by him. Side by side into this next
It's gonna be
corner.
on the inside as
It's
well.
like Red Bull straight rhythm.
Oh,
Who's going to get that
he-
drive down the
Case-
inside? Rogers, block pass.
Nice.
Sets it up beauty. Dooley's P2.
Behind him.
That second place battle is always good. Frank Jackson, we got Colby Eaglin. Oh, Rogers!
Oh!
T-Raj down in the
Brings
whoops.
Eaglin with
Oh!
them with the body slam RK out of nowhere.
Wrong Phil's rider on the
Yeah,
sixth whoop.
Frank.
That looked just like the start of the 250 race. We had those two guys trying to split the leader and didn't go kind of gain any ground. But Frank Jackson's, he's the only one that survives. Just like that, he's got a huge lead. This looks just like the first 250 heat. Leader out front, got a good start, got lucky. D Davis, though, 5 seconds behind him, and Connor Holiak chasing. But just like that, he's got a huge gap. Devin Davis, though, has had a pretty good start to the season. A couple rocky rounds, but a couple good ones. We see more people down behind him. And he's got some competition, though. Right on his heels is Connor Holiak and Jack Haley.
Oh, side by side, not quite dualies because Holiak did the straight air
Holiak
Leclerc.
sucks.
Oh man, turned on a dime and left a nickel change in that corner right there. I'll tell you what, Devin Davis has got all kinds of pressure though from Jack Haley right behind him. So Haley, your pick in this heat race, A-Wood. He's looking feisty up in 4th early on. D Davis getting squirrely nuts going off the left side there. Haley's going to jump down the inside. He doesn't get the rhythm either. So coming in behind, here comes Hubbard. Oh, let's see if he goes to the inside. No, he's going through the tough blocks. I thought he was going to murder D Davis there for 4th.
Yeah, Hubbard looking good right now, tossing it over the triples. That's how you know they're feeling comfy. That's my favorite word. And Jacob Hubbard, though, just got to kind of move his way up. I mean, he's got the speed. He made a mistake early on. He's just got to kind of get up there and start making some passes. You got some other guys, Tanner Rogers, Tyler Lang, I just saw, and Eaglin all outside the top 9. So Hubbard just trying to work his way forward and gain as many spots as he can, kind of secure this transfer straight into the main.
Trying to get down the inside of Devin Davis in a battle for 4th. Still going hot and heavy. Let's see if either get the quad off of this tabletop. They both go for it. Both nail it. D Davis does not get the second quad, so Hubbard is going to jump to the outside, rip off this berm, pull up alongside. Doolies. Hubbard down the inside. Oh,
Gets the
Triley's
twofer.
pass right
Fine
there as
choice.
well because we got Holiak down with Jack Haley. Oh, Oh, and then Holiak gets a little double take.
Accidentally cleaned by her teammate Jeremy Smith.
Oh, JS4 and Haley just going at it. They're rubbing number plates out of the corner right there. And Haley gets by the 4 machines. So Hubbard now up into 3rd. Jackson, no, so that's 2nd. So Jackson's still in the lead, and Hubbard now into 2nd. Davis 3rd, Partolo into 4th. And Jack Haley with that move on Jeremy Smith is rounding out our top 5. We got a transfer battle. Smith 6th, Holiak 7th, Sullivan 8th, and Matt Cromie, the Chrome Dog, in P9 right now. Rogers, Seabolt back here. This is going to get fun, folks. Strap in for the the transfer spot battle. Who's not going to go to the LCQ is a question we're trying to find out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Cromie, can he hang on? I feel like he's someone we got to kind of watch out for here. I did not say he was going to win it, but I said he couldn't win it, but he may be able to transfer. So if Cromie can hang on, he's definitely very, very experienced. So we'll have to see. He's been around for a long time, and he's been in this position before. So see how Cromie feels. Sometimes you just kind of gel with the track. He looked like he might have some competition coming up behind him, and maybe that kind of goes away, and now it looks like he's kind of moving forward. He's got 2 guys close. We'll see what he can do in this next maybe half a lap.
No,
and just like that, he just rides in the double.
And he's down.
The commentator's curse.
You got someone to ban in chat, buddy.
Oh, fuck.
You said you wanted to do it tonight.
I
so
did.
It's your turn.
Someone was getting banned.
chat.
It was a it was an MX bikes too, guys. Shocker.
No surprise.
Weird.
Well, I'm not sure if we agree on the helmet to gear ratio kit on Frank Jackson, but the bike's definitely looking good with the gear. But the red helmet is not matching.
What are we doing here, Frank?
Frank is not putting together the colors. Might be colorblind.
Are
not
we giving
sure.
out lit kits
We
tonight?
can, but what do we got?
This is not it, Frank.
This is Frank Jackson.
This is
winning
not
the
it.
Shit Kid Award for the heat race.
It looks like he's got an Alpine Stars logo on his pants.
And he's down.
Yard sales out front.
I mean, that gear's kind of sick, like the low-key camo
gear.
color that's going on, but it looks like he was changing his setup, and then the race restarted before he could
Looks like his
finish
helmet
it.
is made for a Honda and not a Kawasaki.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it
Hubbard's getting
happens.
close now. Also looking like he's wearing a Cowie.
Yeah.
You never pulled up to the track without your boots and had to borrow like some blue boots when you're wearing.
that's heavy.
Yeah, see?
That's
Hey,
tough.
look, maybe his life goal is to be a Christmas tree. He wanted to have the red helmet to cap it off.
I don't know who's worse, Hubbard or Frank, because we
Hubbard's
got
not good, I'll give it that.
we got neon
Frank's getting
green.
slideways.
Frank with another mistake.
Let's see what we got here. Hubbard's going to go
Hubbard
for
with
quad
that
trips up
quad
the
3 to
side.
the inside.
Take him out.
Punt him.
Get him. Oh, he doesn't.
Gotta
Let's
play
see, we got
nice with
dualies.
Frank.
Nope. Hubbard just blew it. Can he double across right here?
Oh, he's doing it.
He's doing it.
Oh,
Double.
step on,
sick.
step off
Jump into the whoops.
That would have been so sick if he jumped one in and
Oh,
started
he's
jumping.
bouncing through. Pass for the lead.
Yeah, Haley. Haywood, your pick's looking solid, man. He's getting feisty up here with Frank Jackson. We've got a 3-rider battle for the lead.
He looks good. He just doesn't care, so he's probably going to lead all the way up till the end and do something stupid. But, I mean, he's fast. Multi-time champion Frank Jackson, though, holding on with the little – he looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer there. It's a little big. Got the little button up top. Hubbard up the inside of Haley, not able to get it. A little bit of dualies, but not really. He's get the quad double to the inside.
Cross jump.
Hard.
Right, take him out.
Yep,
Take
that's
it
a
over.
cross jump. We don't
Take it
accept
over.
that.
Hubbard up the inside.
Look at this. Oh,
Almost. Shows a wheel.
Come on, make this interesting. Let's get JS4 a dub in this heat race. I'm not biased at all. Frank Jackson out front.
It's getting tight up front here.
This is 4 riders going for it. Hubbard with the over.
Overline.
But he can't quite get it. He wants to go quad right there, I think. Triple.
Surprised he didn't get legs there.
Nope, still triple single into this corner, so not getting it there. Now we got Haley closing up on Frank Jackson instead. This is still really close. Top 5, top 6 still within basically the same frame coming at us here. And I think Haley wants a piece of this win, Haywood. He's going for it. Coming to the white flag.
I mean, yeah, he's a sender and he's fast for sure. I mean, champion. He's got actually lost the number 2, I'm pretty sure, because he just didn't race after having it. But Jack Haley, I mean, looks like he's pushing. He's showing some good speed here, and he's definitely not kind of backing off or settling into it. And he's a guy, if he can kind of be there for a win, he's going to actually go for it. So I don't see him kind of turning over here. Maybe if he was leading by a mile, there would be some lack in kind of concentration. But when he's in second place there with a chance to win a race, no matter if it's a heat, I think Jack Haley's going for it, and I hope we see something big from him this lap. Frank Jackson, though, still out front by about almost a half a second, maybe 3/10, not that, quarter of a second. He's got 3 dudes right behind him. So this is going to be looking for some big rhythms right here. Who can nail this long rhythm?
Frank
Hubbard all the way over.
Hubbard went
Misses
for the
it.
over,
Everyone's
but he cased it
flipping.
again,
Yeah.
still not getting it. Gonna get passed by JS4. Haley, can he tighten this gap up on Frank Jackson with a few turns to go? It's gonna come down to those whoops. Oh, Hubbard just got back up the inside, and I think, did he clean out JS4?
No, JS went down in the rhythm, I think.
I missed it back there in the background.
Yeah, we missed it.
All right, back to the lead. 2 turns to go. Frank Jackson and his mismatched gear is trying to bring this thing all the way to the flag. Haley's going to give it one last run into the whoops.
If Haley's not fifth wide.
Frank throws it away!
Jack Haley takes the win in the heat race. And it's Hubbard who's going to cross the line P2. Eaglin gets all the way to third ahead of Sully. And then Jackson, who came to the line in the lead, ends up fifth. Tanner Rogers gets all the way to sixth. Boutigny seventh. Crotty eighth. JS4 almost got him, but JS4 ends up in the final transfer spot. Seabolt, second in the championship, goes to the LCQ. Holiak, Castellaneta, T-Lang, big names going to the LCQ here tonight. Devin Davis, Romy, O'Brien, Mills, Heckman, Caleb Hall, Partolo. What do we got, A-Wood? What are we writing on the board right now?
Trying to get my Haley #1 here going on, but it looks like this has been about 2 years too long sitting on here unerased.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
All right, I forget. What did we want the face cams on for the heat race? We'll turn them off for the mains, but we could do heat race and LCQ face cams. Is that a yes or a no? Give me an answer, chat. What do we want?
I mean,
One
face
yes.
cams right
2
now
yes.
because I got a message
One
for
no.
them.
2 no's. 1 yes. So we got. Oh, that's.
Let's go ahead and turn them on.
That's kind of a mixed bag. We got several no's, quite a few yeses. All right, we got enough yeses now. I think we can run face cams. So apologies. Actually, let me do this because this will be.
It's like so close because
This will
everything
be
else.
better to do. Yeah. All right. Let me do that. You guys can talk about whatever your heart desires while I try to do this.
I'm gonna use the restroom.
You know, one thing I have to say is that 450 heat was really close, and we expected the 250 to be pretty close, but I guess they're not trying to hit the big lines like they were in qualifying, so we're gonna see a lot closer lap times in the 450 class than we expected.
I'll say my judgment was right. 450 racing was a little bit better than the 250. 250 is just, I knew it was going to be based off legs with how the track was and the times were close, but 450 there's so much separation that we've seen Hubbard close up. He went back, got close, and Haley got up there and ended up taking one in, and then even Frank going down the last corner. So definitely looking like a good track for the 450. He's going to have some good racing in that 450 main tonight. Definitely going to have to see what Carter can do in this next heat race because everyone knows he can do stuff a little bit better than everyone else, it seems like right now.
Oh, man, letting everyone know.
Maxwell's
letting everyone know what Carter's made of out
He
here.
ain't the 3-time champ for nothing. back to back to back. So can't deny the facts there with the results from Carter. But Hubbard's definitely trying hard, knowing that I'm in booth. He said he was gonna go for the dub or get his best result this year. So I know he's trying hard now that I'm here and announcing it. So looked like he was really trying to get the win in that heat race, but we'll see if he can not Larry off the start this time in the main and actually put it together.
Is that what we need for Hubbard to do good? Do you think in studio?
Maybe because me giving him call outs and spotting hasn't worked, and it's gone both ways. We had a race where I felt like I was helping him, and then the next one he said I was yapping, and he deafened up and then kept crashing. So
was he having a bad race when he said you were yapping?
Yes.
Yes. So
And
he
blaming
said
whatever
I can't.
opposite thing you could blame. I've been there.
Well, I was yapping. I will say I was yapping. I was yelling on a different game or something, and I was watching the stream, and he's like, he deafened up, and after the race he's like, I can't do it with all the people yelling in here. Well, I was the only one yelling, so obviously it was me he was talking about. So maybe if I'm not yapping straight in his ear, but maybe just on stream it will work. I don't know. I've tried to get Hubbard a good result. But he just seems to get legs when he doesn't need to and makes dumb mistakes when he doesn't need to make them. So I tell him just don't fall and you win, and he is yet to not fall in a main. So if he can get a whole main without a legs, we might see Hubbard on top tonight.
All right, let's see if we can get Hubbard a dub up in here. Zakesy in chat, by the way, Max has said several times tonight that he wants you to sign his forehead. So I don't know how we make that happen, but If you can, Zakesy122, wherever he is, wants his forehead signed.
There we go.
Yeah. Looking out for the people in the chat. Where are our dogs? We got Braden Carter out here on the 1, Kevin Ferzaka, Spencer Turley, Johnny Padani, Riley Hewen, Chase Blakely, Pablo Vial, Casey Cochran, Austin Bear, Alex Zellner, Austin Bear again, Alexis Leclerc, Austin Bear a third time, Nick Thomas-Sunis, Jeff Cooper, Trevor Burns, Dylan Cavicciuti, Logan Leitzel, Gary Laser Eyes, and Logan Leitzel.
I picked to win.
Who is Gary Laser Eyes?
Gary Laser Eyes.
Is that Walter Gebhardt?
377? Dude, I don't know. They just need to get rid of him.
Walter Giblets back in the race.
Phantom chat.
Giblets. I don't know. Laser Eye, that's a good name, but got a chuckle out of me, but, you know, just get it together. Someone protest him.
Gary.
Gary.
Well, we had Kohenauer back at EU last week running the race. The first time we've seen Jeremy Kohenauer all year. Zakesy says he's going to DM you, Max, on Instagram. He's got to get it. So he's
All
really
right.
trying hard to get his
A lot of
forehead
DMs
signed.
in there, but I'll be looking.
He'll sort them.
Yeah, I'll be looking.
He's got to sort through all the McAdoo ones first, and then he'll get the Zakesy's.
The Sackadoo.
Sackadoo.
I'm going to get Sackadoo Tell on my forehead.
All right. All right, here we go. We got 450, heat number 2, folks. Strap in, top 9, go to the main event. Everyone else headed to those last chance qualifiers. Final heat race of the night from Glendale. We're off and running. And looks like Turley on the 125's got a great start. Thomas-Sunis on the 999 gets pushed wide by one of the KTMs. Out of the middle, it's going to be Alexis Leclerc grabbing the whole. Yeah.
Carter's in dead last.
Trevor Burns.
Yeah, whoever's on that Cowie, too.
Ooh, Burnsy
Big
quadding up
quad.
down the inside to get Leclerc tight. Here we go. Dualies.
I like
Oh
the
my gosh.
2 good triples out of the corners that we're seeing some nice dualies out of. A little whoop section. Trevor Burns trying to hold off Alexis Leclerc. He's got
not good in the
company
whoops. What
inside.
is it,
Gets
2014 out here?
railed out by
Vial.
Railed
Vial.
out? Hey, yo.
Ooh.
Hey, yo.
San Francisco.
San Francisco winner
Did you say
round
railed
2.
out?
He
Yeah.
did.
Easy.
That is
That's
insane.
That's a
On
pause
air.
moment right there.
Someone late. He needs to cut his beer. Cut his beer.
Now rewind to play it again.
Easy. All right, so lap 1 in the books. Burns leads from Vial, Leclerc, Leitzel, and Zellner inside of the top 5. Everyone pretty clean other than the champ who went down.
Oh!
Zellner just landed on just as I say that and goes down. And let's see, where is Carter? Has he made it
He
through
just made
yet?
it through.
Is that just him right there? That's Cochran. There he is. All right, Carter on the 1 is already up to 7. You said he was down dead last, Doc?
Dead last on the start.
Oh my gosh, Braden Carter, what are you made of?
Slid out.
He's got Jason Anderson in front of him.
Yep, Chase Blakely on the 21.
Used to be in position to make a main. Didn't make it last week, I don't think.
Oh,
Look at
right, a
this. He's kind of
re-entry.
jumping up. So people,
Leitzel, we got Turley
Spencer
going off
off.
the track.
it looks like they've been mistiming these rhythms a lot. I think the
Oh,
climbing
the outside
Carter
leader
flips
pole.
his head. Someone else
Who's
goes
getting
deep
dragged over there?
in the black gear. Logan Leitzel.
just taken. Who's that? That was
No, Logan Leitzel got killed by Burns as Carter took his own head off on the yellow stake, the leader light on the inside. All those guys losing
Burns.
positions. Burns is sendy. I don't know
yeah.
who's running that.
Full send.
He's
easy.
oh my gosh.
Back in black right now.
Looks like
I'll
that
tell you
dude from
that.
the
All
boys
blacked
that
out
wears
stealth
the
mission.
noir
out there.
guy.
Sneaking up. Better watch out. You got Luke Magnetti, Mom Spaghetti up here. Braden Carter. Austin Bear down the inside. Carter's going to get him. Magnetti. That's a really tough track entry by Bear with those guys coming. And this
Hey, yo.
is a interesting freight train. Oh, boy. Oh,
Clipping the
Burnsy.
quad.
That's a tough look right there, clipping that quad. You don't want to do that too many times in the race. Look at this freight train right now. Padani, Zellner, Carter, Magnetti,
Chat, where they
Burns,
coming?
Bear, Cooper, Pachone. You've seen one of these battles. You've seen them 500 times and how close these guys are together.
Yeah, I haven't seen a train like this since last Wednesday.
All
These guys
right.
are just 5 guys deep right now. Going through
Okay.
this rhythm section. Johnny Padani got him going around the outside.
Takes him
and
down.
Someone tries to make a pass. Johnny Padani goes out there and says, "No, thank you. I will clean you out. I'm holding on to this spot." And man,
What
I
is
don't
he
know who
cleaning
that
out?
was Braden Carter's now an 8.
Carter's in the 8th right now, and he's just surrounded by chaos. and dudes.
That's the
We
whole
also
point.
got Trevor Burns right there behind him trying to close this gap down. We know Burnsy ain't afraid to give a little rough pass if he needs to. Through the whoops, getting slideways.
Oh.
Then Jason Anderson picking it up at the end of the whoops right there. Cross jumping in front of Burns. Oh, Burns down the inside, blocks him.
Burns
Cut
is
back up
Sendy.
underneath.
Oh!
Oh, Chase B!
Good whips in his face.
Tire tapped his head off that one. That
Oh
was
my
insane.
God, that was so dope.
Man, it's getting spicy
Oh my
in the
God.
streets right
What's
now.
that? I always forget the people, the Barsha Moose scan. That's like if instead of getting super
That
close,
was Barsha
someone actually
Roxon.
got the tire clipped in
Barsha
their
Roxon
head.
spec off the triple.
Barsha rocks in the
Yeah.
GoPro, best
Yeah.
shot ever. And Chase B says,
Uh-oh.
"Let me one up you. I'm gonna take your head out with my wheel and still land the triple."
Austin Bear, where are you going? That's the wrong rhythm there, Sunshine. As he goes down, trying to quad halfway through it. So where we got now? We got Vial 8th, so that's Blakely into 9th now. These guys are all still pretty tight. Leclerc, we got Carter right behind him.
They're what,
Casey
Kellen?
Cochran is leading this race. Excuse
Go
me.
Casey!
We got Frizaka,
Let's go,
Spencer
Casey.
Turley. Man, that's a top 3, I'll tell you. Johnny Padani, Alexis Leclerc, Carter, Magnetti, Vial, and then Blakely in a transfer spot. Oh, man, Magnetti found the
Cartwheel.
trampoline in the whoops. Does a little bit of a 720 off the head.
Getting a text from Hubbard saying, I'm an op for real, for real.
All right. Vial, we got
Ooh,
Blakely
tossing it.
getting close. So Jeff Cooper's now in a transfer spot. And Zellner, Burns, Magnetti all out trying to get back into the mix. Whoa, Cooper almost landed on the 21 of Blakely right there. Blakely doesn't look like he's as feisty as he was when he whipped in his face a lap ago. I don't know what's going on with him.
I think when that happens to you, how cool it is for us to watch when you're riding and racing and trying to make a main event. That happens, and you're like, I'm probably gonna calm down. It's like, have you ever been driving and you accidentally like get in a crash or something? You got the music blasting.
You
and something.
accidentally
get in
You
a crash.
almost like, I feel like you
Driving
ever like
or
almost
riding?
rear end someone, and then you're like, I'm gonna drive
Look
down
at
with
this.
drive home quiet with the music down.
Oh,
That's kind of where Chase B's at. He's just trying to sail this thing.
What
in.
is
Oh
going
my
on?
God.
What is going on? We're 6 wide.
3 wide NASCAR.
Oh, Leclerc
Down.
goes down. Jeff Cooper getting through the tough blocks. Who just came from off track? Is that Padani?
We were almost 6 wide off the wall jump.
Fifth lap.
What P is this for? There's
Fifth
15
place
people now.
5th place for Padani. We got
Fifth to
Frizaka,
10th,
Blakely, Zellner
one
in
whoop
8th,
section.
Jeff Cooper in 9th, and then Leclerc and Magnetti trying to close down from outside of the transfer spot. We got 7 guys nose to tail right here.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Calm
I've
down,
seen that movie.
fellas. See, easy. Jeff
Oh, he's
Human
not
centipede.
Jeff Cooper almost went down. We got guys quadding, tripling, doubling,
Singling.
It's all over the place right now. And Amy Carl's Jr. out here. Alex Zellner, Kevin Frizaka. Oh, that was tight back there with Blakely. Leclerc got stood up front end lock.
Chase
So Cooper
B, I
back
think,
into
might
a
have got
transfer
into
spot.
him. The Leclerc all the way outside of a transfer now?
Yeah, Leclerc, Magnetti, Hewen,
Oh,
outside
Leclerc's
Leitzel.
deep back there.
Deep, dude. We got single digits buried. Oh, who's making
Buried.
that pass? Jeff Cooper. We got Blakely getting past. Trying to keep track of all this. Magnetti's now in 10th. This is unbelievable, this 450 heat race right now.
Who's winning?
I think it's still Casey Cochran. Is it not? It is. Look at him go.
Casey
Should
Check
be practicing
out.
somewhere, working out. Now look at
He
that
was,
Phil's right there, 5-second lead over the next guy.
Casey was
that's crazy.
Easy
was a
dub,
little
man.
rusty, but he must have got the gears
God.
back lubed up there, and he's riding out front. Ayo, pause.
Hey, calm down. If he gets it, he goes down, he will get passed by Spencer Turley or Brayton Carter here on this final lap. Vial then Badani inside the top 5. Frizaka 6th, Zellner 7th, Cooper 8th, and then Hewen has now moved into a transfer spot. So Leitzel, Leclerc, Magnetti, Blakely went down. He's out of it. Austin Bear slipped way back. And someone just cased the Jesus out of that double across the start line. So no longer has those testicles on him. But Riley Hewen is trying to get away from Logan Leitzel closing it down on this final lap. And Logan Leitzel, the number 3 machine, might get in because of a crash out of Pablo Vial, I believe that is. Coming down the inside, getting taken down is Leclerc. Leclerc on the 7th
Leitzel off.
is in the Davlos bales. Leitzel went from way off track back on. He is now in 10th. So Vial is in a transfer spot as Cochran takes the dub running the wrong number, 790. He's got the 166 on his bike. But Vial's trying to hold on in ninth. Final corner coming up. He's on Hewen on the 70. Who makes it through this last set of whoops? Does anybody go down? They are clean, and Vial goes to the main event.
That's crazy. Leclerc got landed on just like earlier in the race, happened to someone else, and it's just a bummer that kind of happens. Leclerc was quadding all the way through that rhythm section, made the pass, but just had someone kind of land on his rear end and kind of flipped him over. But I mean, Leclerc in the LCQ, I feel like isn't guaranteed in. He's like, oh no, I have to ride 5 more laps now. So
oh no,
I can't do French accent, so I was just like,
oh no, I have to ride 5 more laps.
Oh, no.
Oui,
Just I need to get some phlegm from my back here.
That's German, easy.
Have you heard that some Frenchies talk when they get
some of the
mad?
Frenchies.
You were over there for his nations. You should know.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, Leclerc's going to the LCQ, and we'll see if the 7 can get through that one. Casey Cochran picking up the dub, though. Max, Doc,
Casey.
that's your guys' boy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
old training buddies back at the Baker's factory.
Guys, it's boy.
All of us
His
had
boy
to leave him though. He's just been out there by himself. I think he's got Gilliam to train with, but yeah, it's good to see Casey get the rust off the sticks and put it together in that heat race and make it to the main, because he did not make main last weekend.
Why no William tonight? Where's he at?
That's a good question. We don't know.
Oh,
We do not know.
Donde está Guillem Perez? Where you at? Got to show up and race these races.
Somewhere at Levi's house.
Somewhere at Levi's house.
In Florida.
I've gotten so many DMs on Discord. I don't know what about. We got skins.
They saw the
And
first
skins.
heat and they're like, oh, you know what he's gonna do between 450 heat 1, heat 2 is download my
I'm
skins.
definitely gonna leave the server and take 5 minutes to load back in and download those skins. Haywood, how many beers we got? We got 6 with
Do you want a shotgun a beer?
I mean, I don't know. Do we have?
I feel like if
do we
I
have the
shotgun-
tools up here to shotgun?
I have keys.
You got
I was gonna
keys?
Yeah. If I shotgun one now and then I can slow down, then I think we'll make it through. the
But really, do you slow down?
Haywood
we
doesn't
see
slow
you?
down.
Exactly.
Yes, you can post that clip. Peek.
How's the hip feeling, Max?
Yeah, we're Bing chilling.
Do you have a beer that's not ice
I don't
cold?
have one that's.
You still have enough water?
I
I
haven't
mean,
even
I'll
touched
try
my
to
water
shotgun
yet.
one that's
Huh?
ice cold.
I haven't even touched my water yet.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I have to take Max off of this broadcast when we shotgun a beer so he doesn't get in trouble. But
I mean,
I-
it's not him.
We are not.
Just
We are
close
not
your mouth.
drinking.
Max is not drinking. Just
We are
so
an
everyone
athlete.
is aware. Max is
Professional athlete here.
Max is resting his hip. He's being a
Yep.
good Samaritan. Haywood, easy. You getting your pants?
He's getting ready. He's getting ready for these LCQs. Oh yeah, I've got my chat going too.
Here, hold mine. You have this one. It's
We will be back. Not really sure when yet. It's kind of still kind of see how we feel type deal, and we're making good progress. So we're getting stronger already, and we should be back on the bike here pretty soon. So yeah, hopefully sooner than later.
You gotta hold on there, buddy boy. I gotta reconnect to the server. I can't even hit the connect button. That's
There's
how loose
all
they are
sorts
right
of things on Kellen's desk here.
Dude,
I see
there
a I see PlayStation controllers,
now. Why did
PS2
you open
controllers.
this in the-
Because
We-
look. You
We're-
put the thumb
a back
up and you put your thumb here.
No, you
Kellen,
you did
keep
this
the
upside
keep
down.
the hole the high side. Yeah, and then you.
What
keep
else
your
can we
thumb,
find within Kellen's?
And then you
There's a dog.
you put your mouth on it.
There's
and
your
you
doggy.
I know how to shotgun a beer, but you did this upside down.
No.
No. It's fine.
Really?
No, it's you did it upside down.
Selling the bag, Haywood.
You got me all kerfuffled.
I'm fine. This is how I do it.
You just did it upside down, so I gotta get like a middle finger in.
Yeah, your thumb's got to get in there. Ready?
Oh God. It's been a minute since I shotgunned. Hold on.
Woolies.
You screwed me up because it's upside down.
So you like it on the high side?
I like it, yeah.
Oh, where you pull with this finger?
LCQ's underway, by the way. We missed the start. But...
Nick Niles off the gate in last.
Oh my
Nick,
God!
first
Was that
person
the
we
start
saw.
or was what the heck was that?
Red flag.
Red flag.
That better not be.
Dude, someone just went straight.
Missed the start.
Double angle of A-Wood shotgun. We did get double angles because he's in the background of Max's cam over there. We should have put like a little in the bottom right corner Max cam.
Max cam. What are they doing down there? Oh, really?
Yeah, Holly's taking a bath. All right, so we had a red flag in the LCQ. I'm not sure why, but everyone went straight. They looked like
And we all missed the start.
they kind of looked like Clint Boyer out there in Atlanta when he went straight. But we'll see who gets the whole shot this time. We got someone missing a gate. We got a missing tooth. Oh, he's back.
He's back.
It is Colton
Missing
Heckman.
tooth.
Two riders hitting the gate.
And let's see who gets that whole shot up the inside. 23 of Tharp gets there again. A couple
Huge
guys
pile
going
up.
down. A couple guys lagging as well. So Tharp gets the whole shot this time. We got Spies, Narana, Arthur Miranda with a cross jump. Carl almost getting landed on. Gets taken out. We got Scrub Daddy over there.
Later, Whisker Biscuit, as someone goes down, runs into Miranda, and Millie Soderblom is up into a transfer early, I think. Braden Tharp, Jake
Brian
Spies,
Anderson.
Ben Narana, and
What do we have? Millie Soderblom.
Millie Soderblom
Oh,
in
someone
fourth.
down, leader down.
just
Tharp.
like that. Tharp, after a whole shot in his heat and going down early within a lap and a half in his first
Be a
heat.
yikes for me, dog.
Oh my goodness. And this guy, now Cal needs another beer.
Adding to my tower.
I have a pile going on down here. Braden Tharp, man, what a bummer night from him. Great starts, great speed, but just can't keep it together. We might see a little bit of nope. Not big enough. You
Race
don't
Cobble.
get called out for that. Cobble, you are
Ruined it.
shamed forever.
You hate
You
to
are
see it.
ruined.
All right, so Jake Spies is leading. Ben Narana is second. Millie Soderblom is third. And Noah McLaughlin is in fourth. People in chat are asking for Max to show the video of his crash. We're not going to do that. We're excited to talk about this LC.
Oh, we are not gonna do that.
do that.
As Jake Spies continues to lead. Step on, step off. We got a triple on off. Soderblom going to make that pass. Greasy by Ben Narana. As Narana slips back into third. Nothing really kicking off just yet, but we got some chaos brewing back here. There is like 6 guys battling. Oh, someone threw the Davalos bales almost into the Steve Mathis Memorial nets. It's Noah McLaughlin. He's on the backside of this berm right here, and let's see if he gets going okay. Ooh, good track ranching, not too bad. All right, so who went in?
Not bad when you enter last.
Spies, Soderblom, Narana, and Tharp now into a transfer spot. And Cash Woods right behind him. Blake Cox, excuse me.
Hey,
Tucker
yo.
Zimmerman and Evan Cormack behind that. We got a absolute freight train from third back to about 12. Yeah, Ryan Anderson in the whoops. Still can see fourth place basically ahead of him as he's going to jump off this triple jump into the rhythm section. Anything could happen just like that. Someone else
Rider
goes
down.
down. He's up to 11.
Sorry, I haven't really been paying attention. Anderson here, 2 spots out though, but when you're in 11th place, I feel like it's really good. I mean, not with that last lap.
we are-
Being
but-
11th in the LCQ isn't quite 2 spots out.
it's not 2 spots
They're
out.
when it's time.
Alright, then why are we get back up? Get back up. Give me 6th place. Billy Soderblom out of a transfer spot, getting past Tucker Zimmerman, not riding on the track. 6th place.
Oh,
Front end lock.
God.
The infinite front
Have
end
you ever
lock.
given someone your controller that's never played Sim? It looks like that.
Shelby did him dirty.
Oh!
My God! Alec Horn got landed on.
Coming on the back of him.
Still rode out of it, man. It looks like Bowser getting picked up.
Okay.
What are we doing? Oh, Horn down the inside, making a block pass from heaven. Oh my goodness! And he's gonna hold on to
Alec,
it.
come on, Alec.
Up into 7th. Got to make a few more passes.
Cut
There's
the,
tough
cut the
suggestions at
bales.
this
We got a
point.
cheater.
Yeah.
Easy.
Bro's gonna have cuts for days.
Hey, May,
Why
fight
are you
him.
penalizing me, bro?
What is
Hey, May, penalization.
114.2 by him, going down not too fast, but not too crazy for someone trying to get up in the top 4. He's still got 3 spots to go. Alec Horn here going for the triple N, not doing. I was seeing a lot of
Oh,
guys.
long on the
Oh
quad.
boy.
A lot of guys doing
Short on
that
the
quad
ball.
in, even in the 250 class in the first heat. So
Still made up
something
time
that
with that.
changed me up. Still making up time here, but he's got to get up to 4th place, which is now turning left into that start straight here as we kind of look at Horn chasing here 7th and 6th. But there's a couple spots.
And it's quite the experience being on board with these guys, man. There's a loose program out here in these LCQs.
I could
Like,
not
that's
imagine
Alec.
if you
Easy.
played this
Come on,
game
Alec.
first person and this is how, like, the level you were at, like, I would just quit.
You watch
'Cause
Carter's
it
face
looks,
cam.
it looks so scary. Like in third person, you K something and it doesn't look like you're dying. I don't know. These guys, first person looks so dangerous.
Yeah, they really lock in. They lock into the game. I know Carter, whenever he does do his face cam, he is leaning with every corner with his head like he is on the bike racing in the game. So maybe that's why Carter's got a little bit of advantage. He's just a little more
You'd
locked
think
in.
he'd be goated on an actual bike. But
Yeah,
I
but
hate it.
unfortunately, he did Larry his bike at Lake Elsinore off the lip of a jump on the vet track. So
That's gonna be a rip.
not as skilled
On the
on
vet
the
track?
real bike as we are in sim. But
Been there.
Narana, I think. No, Tharp. Tharp went down out of
Oh
3rd.
my god.
Dude, he is absolutely tossing like a wet salad tonight. Millie Soderblom moves up into 4th. Cormac going backwards on the track. You gotta watch out, Sunshine. Tharp back into the 5th position. As we got guys tightening it up here. Alec Horn, Evan Cormac just got passed by Alec Horn and almost died on that triple in out of the corner. And look at how close this is getting. Narana trying to battle up to Soderblom. We got Tharp, who's probably faster than both of them. Definitely
Chasing.
know he can win.
For sure. I mean, he's got to close the gap. I mean, you got to stop making mistakes. You got enough time left in the race that you can do it. We're not even on the white flag lap, so he's got to be seeing these guys thinking they can make a mistake together, and he's got enough speed to get up there. But if I'm either one of these guys, or if I'm him, I'm thinking these guys don't have the consistency to stay up, even though that's been my weakness. So gonna have to keep an eye out on them, see for little mistakes of the whoops that slow them down, or maybe missing a rhythm section. I would be going in looking for the most consistent rhythm in all these long rhythm sections, not trying to send it too hard.
White flag is out. It is pressure cooker time for Ben Narana here on the 135 Yogi Yamaha. Can Tharp close it down? He's quad doubling into the corner, and it is on for the final transfer spot battle. 23th Tharp cases the double, and he's over the berm in the Davalos bales, still trying to get it turned around. Horn goes by, but that just maybe ended a transfer spot battle. Narana's just got to bring this thing home.
Yes, he does, Kellen.
sorry,
Right.
I'm watching this race. Okay.
Right,
We're
you are,
locked
Kenny.
in.
Let's pan over the Gila douche.
Where
All right.
These guys probably don't even know that
Those are
show.
both MXC
Yeah.
quotes.
They don't know that show, bro.
That's a good show.
Just Extreme Elimination Challenge. That's what this LCQ
Down
is.
in
Jake
the
Speaks is
woods.
eliminating himself from
He
the
does
race lead.
Not want to win.
No.
Cash
Cash
Woods is so
Woods.
far back, he's not going to get in.
Is he going to get the money and win this LCQ?
Nah.
No, Jake Speaks is going to dub up right now as he half
Air wheelie.
Tyler Hockey wants us to watch him for the last lap whoop speed, too, after the top 4 go through.
Okay, where's Kyler Hockey at?
Oh,
Niles,
and he's in the
Stark,
450. Oh, no,
Oh,
he's
there
here.
he is. All right, Kyler
He
Hockey.
was
show us
typing
how
in
it's done.
chat.
He's typing in chat while
He
racing.
has time.
I've
He
been there.
says-
I've gone down. Hey, I don't know if we're going to let you get to the whoops
All
at
right,
this rate.
169.
But if he's not 15th wide coming out of the corner.
I'm sure Carnell's back home watching.
Rider down.
Oh, man. Getting all the way to 12th. Nicky Niles on the 74.
Watch the whoop speed.
Let's see
Oh,
it.
he's gonna take him
Oh,
out.
wait, this
Take him
isn't
out.
even the one. It's the one before the finish. He
Okay.
still was nice, little 5th wide there, maybe 5th half.
A little bounce through.
All right, let's see what you got, Kyler Hockey.
He's gonna
What
throw
are the
it.
odds he
It's
makes it
actually
through?
raining again.
Yeah, no, he's dead 100p right now.
All right, here we go.
If he makes it
Tell us
through,
what you
I'll-
made of.
1,
Talk
2,
about the
3.
Tap,
Oh,
tap,
oh,
scrub
Dead,
daddy
there it
down.
is.
Yeah, it was
He had to
pretty.
get his time on screen
hey,
for
you
sponsors.
tried.
Honestly, that was pretty mid.
It'd be a lot cooler
Pretty
if you were
big.
on a 450.
Alec selling the transfer spot. Gonna get P5. in
It
that
is
one.
Spies, Woods, Soderblom, Narana going to the main event. Alec Horn, after almost winning in San Diego a few weeks ago, is going to go back and get a tongue lashing there from Braden Carter, who is not going to be stoked that he did not make the main event on his field ski and snowboard.
Team
He kicked him out
manager.
of the
Team
ball.
manager is
Him?
mad. Team manager is very
Definitely. That'll get Carter nice and riled up for the main event.
Carter
For
kicked
sure.
him out of the call for sure.
mad. Yeah.
Question
Banned.
about it. All right, boys. 250 LCQ is done. 450 LCQ is coming up. Does Leclerc make it?
He should.
He should, yeah.
should
He
make it.
should.
There's a
but
lot of
does-
good guys in
should've,
this LCQ
like,
though, so
BP and Alec Horn, they should have made the mains.
They
So
should have. Will he?
we'll find out soon enough.
yeah.
I feel like Leclerc's looked pretty dog water in the whoops tonight.
Yeah. I mean, pretty average. It's not even like horrible. It's just not like amazing by any means.
Right?
He's got the AP7 or the Stu 7 on the bike, so he should be sicko in the whoops.
Will he go on sicko mode though? Is the question.
Mm.
I don't think so. We're gonna see whether or not Leclerc makes the main event. He's got some.
Who else we got in the LCQ?
We got T Lang. We got Luke Magnetti, Mom Spaghetti. Trying to think who else ended up in this LCQ. Tons of riders. Whoa! Door flying open. Come on over, Holly. What do you got to say? Bring it in.
Yeah, nice dog.
My daughter on the stream here tonight. What do you got to say to the people?
Race car track.
It's a race car track or is it a motorcycle track?
Race car track.
You think it's a race car track? I think it's a motorcycle track.
Race car track.
We'll have to teach you the right way. That's okay though. Does it look fun?
Ooh.
You're gonna go have a good night's sleep.
Race car track.
Race car track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I got dog hair just sitting in the chair
Race car
before I
track.
even seen the
It's
dogs.
a race car track, huh? Okay. Love you.
Yeah. Watch the foot.
All right. We're back.
Oh, go.
Nathan James 404 says vodka shot if I can get a hell yeah. We are definitely not doing shots.
We got Gary Laser Eyes in
No, I was
the
saying
LCQ.
I think he's saying if you say it, he will. He'll take a
A hell yeah? Oh hell yeah, brother. Right there.
Max, can you sign my Papa John's receipt in the chat? Speeding with the Papa John's
Papa
receipt.
John's receipt is crazy. T-Lang, Caleb Hall, Aaron Rockefeller, Partillo, Leitzel, Chromie,
Chromie,
Kodiak,
too.
Burns,
T.
Kevin
Burns.
Schwartz, D-Mills, Bear, Crotty, Magnetti, Mom Spaghetti, Pachone, Gary Laser,
Gary Layers our eyes.
Blake O'Brien, Thomas
Nick T.
Castellaneta, and Leclerc.
Has Nick T been racing, or is this
Nick T's been racing.
He goes from throwing whips to racing.
Nah,
every weekend.
I just see the Insta reels, the Oppos.
Dude, in
on
the
Yamaha
snow
blog.
is so sick. All white gear, still repping the
or
sim
the
too.
Stark.
The
He just
fireworks stuff he
went.
did was
He just
insane.
did a full blackout on the Yamaha blog I seen on Instagram yesterday.
That was for
So-
Oakley commercial, I think.
He did a reverse on this.
Big G in chat's got Nicky T for the whole Yeah, let's see if he gets it done.
Gary
I wanna
Laser
see Chromie
Eyes.
Get a whole shot here.
Chromie needs a good start.
Gary Laser
Chromie
Eyes.
does need a good start.
Probably not.
Let's see. He's right inside of the box. Who's going to get the
We
start?
got people
Ooh,
jumping.
someone hit the gate.
He could be Perry.
T-Lang on the 5's got a good start down the inside. Outside.
Leclerc
Is
right
that
next
Nicky
to him.
T?
That's Nicky
Oh, I
T.
Nicky
Nick
T
Thomas
with the whole
triple in. Quad it up. Nope, he's doubling, tripling, I should say. Laying down out of second. And is that Magnetti? No, it's Castellaneta on the 22. Someone else just yarded. That's Caleb Hall out of the 3 spot. Oh, Leclerc's down. Leclerc
Everyone's
is
down.
in the Davlos bales. That's a horrible spot to go down. He is going to remount, have to go beat through some guys and get back going in about 13th. Well,
3
Oh
riders
my
down
God.
on landing
Guys
the
down
triple
on the
there.
triple jump
Back
right
in
there.
like 6th.
So let's reset things. Nicky T is leading here on the first lap. No, he's not. Braden Castellaneta is taking it over, coming to the flag at the end of lap number 1. So it's Castellaneta, Nick Thomas-Sunis, Trevor Burns, Luke Magnetti. That is a very solid top 4. Austin Partillo, Blake O'Brien, Devin Davis, Connor Holiak, Anthony Pachone, and then Leclerc. So Leclerc in 10th after 1 lap. Got his work cut out for him, but he's already up to 8th with a little bit of crash help.
Yeah, I mean, Leclerc in 8th. He's got a lot of names in front of him and behind him, too, that are looking for some big stuff. We see the quad double into the corner here. Leclerc jumping over that corner, too. That's crazy. Trying to make some moves. I mean, he's going deep into that corner. And look at that triple in, too. We're going to see some moves right here while we're on board with him of just what you won't see from other guys. It's going to be interesting to see what he does in this long rhythm here. Doesn't go for the triple on, but
Making a
he
mistake.
messes up that rhythm. Going to be losing a lot of time and spots here.
Oh,
Indo.
Davis.
One trip ticket to Indonesia.
All right. Davis has gone down out of the 6th spot, and Leclerc now rejoins right behind Caleb Hall. So where are we at with P4s? Luke Magnetti is still holding on to 4th. He's going through the sweeper right now. T Burns is trying to tee up Nicky T for the 2 spot. Oh, Thomas with a swap diddly to the finish line. He's crossing the line in P2, still 2nd. Let's see if Trevor Burns can size something up through this rhythm lane, or will Nick Thomasounis go for the quad? Now he's got the Bobby Big Lines in him in the hills. Can he get it in the rhythm section? Oh, yeah, easy, done.
4-4 grease.
4-2, no problem. These guys tucked to the inside. Magnetti looking really feisty in this mix. So the top 4 kind of separating. Nah, not quite. Partelo's still back there in 5th. And then it's a bit of a gap behind that. So Leclerc needs some help because these guys are looking real good out front, trying to make this main event here tonight in Glendale.
Yeah, I think once these guys are up front early, they're just kind of hitting the basic rhythm.
No,
Nicky T goes
T.
down, though, gets someone into him, but not going to knock him down. Austin Partelo, Trevor Burns, yeah, able to stay up there, and now he's in the P2 position. Trevor Burns, though, still throwing it down, looking comfortable. These guys are not going to push it. They're just going to try to kind of ride safe, easy laps here, starting to spread out, and you only need to be in the top 4, so don't do anything dumb if you're up front. Just try to focus on those rhythm sections where you're making mistakes. I think that rhythm off the start is really where these guys are making the most mistakes. I think that's what they really need to focus on.
Yeah, these guys. Ooh, that was Partelo going off the track in the whoops. The camera went for a little bit of a ride trying to follow him. Here's Blake O'Brien. Oh, that was tight. And he pushed him all the way to the edge of the racetrack as they both go side by side on the
Both
triple.
make
Come
the
back
triple
around.
and quad.
Both quadding.
And then Partelo still went for the quad.
3 to the inside. Takes them both down.
They're both down. Partelo gets up first. There goes Nicky T through. Where is Leclerc? Still no 7 coming into the fray. There's the 37 of D. Davis. And then
Still no 7.
Romy. Wow, Leclerc. I thought he'd be closer than that. Still 9th. So now up to 4th is Partelo on the 52. Making my number look so fresh in a transfer spot right now. I could only dream of being in this position as a professional in MX Simulator again, and I love that he's repping my number. Looking so good. Castellaneta, Magnetti, Burns, Partelo are the transfer spots. Like Thomasounis trying to get feisty and get up there again as he closes in from 5th place.
Yeah, he looked good off the start. Like, pace was good, all that stuff. Just kind of one major mistake in the rhythm section gonna kind of cost him here. He's only 2 seconds back, though, from a transfer position, so gonna have to keep an eye on him. He does have a little bit of company behind him. They're a little bit spread out, but there are 4 guys right behind him, and this is a long race with the amount of mistakes these guys have been making on this track. It's very high-speed whoop sections before the finish and high-speed rhythm sections where one small mistake could cost you a lot of time. So gonna see if Nicky T can hold on to this. Going for the quad, Alexa triple into the corner, though. And kind of staying a little bit even. So we'll see what happens here. There's still some guys in front of him that can make mistakes as well. And just like that, Partelo's down, Nicky T is off, and that allows 2 times.
Oh, the leaderboard gets him.
Blake O'Brien and D. Davis passed him, as well as Alexis Leclerc right there holding up the P6 or P7 position. D. Davis triple on off. Let's see what he does.
Triple.
Blake O'Brien dead.
Leclerc coming up here. Here we go.
With
Let's
the
see what he's
quads.
got. Not going to quad into the corner. Oh, I thought he was going to dive down the inside of D. Davis right there. Oh, here we go, folks. The 7 versus the 37. You've seen a D. Davis Leclerc battle once. You've seen it 500 times for sure.
Yeah.
This is going to get good, folks. 2 of the oldest players in the game still to this day going at it for a transfer spot in Glendale.
How will we talking here?
Well, D. Davis is 30, I think, and Leclerc late 20s at this point, must be. Both these guys, Leclerc turned pro in 2013, D. Davis in 2011. They have been around the block.
That's crazy.
D. Davis is around, yeah, my age, 29, 30, something like that.
Someone
Leclerc, something like that. D. Davis, though, holding his own right now. We got a lap rider going off track, letting him by.
Wait,
That's awesome. Is that a leader down, though? It might be. And Chromie's in the mix, though. Chromie right here. D. Davis off the track to the right.
Matt Chromie is suddenly in the mix, and Leclerc has made it into a transfer spot. D. Davis is now 5th, and Chromie is 6th right behind these guys. Chromie is all over D. Davis.
The quad.
Sending.
He's going to quad again. And another quad.
Get it?
Oh!
Chromie.
He gone.
And that's your
Back in the fifth. Leclerc
half
is
a
fourth
second of
now. He's in a
fame.
transfer spot. Man, Chromie really just lit up our hearts there for a minute. He thought it was happening.
Castaneda took it home.
Castaneda, easy dub. Magnetti second to death. Trevor Burns third. And Leclerc's got to get through the whoops. Let's see if he gets it.
One more run.
Bounce, bounce, swap.
We're good.
Good to go unless there's penalties. D. Davis is down, so it doesn't matter. Leclerc jumps all the way out of the end zone. Skyzor number four. That's what A-Wood has got us, letting us know in the chat.
He's still number one in their hearts, though.
So Devin Davis misses out, as does Logan Leitzel, Matt Cromie, Austin Partolo, Blake O'Brien, Caleb Hall, Chase Blakely, Seth Karate, Alex Heckman, D Mills, D Lang having a really rough year on the 5. It's really rough to run races and do the races at the same time. Aaron Rockefeller, Austin Bear, Anthony Machone, and Dylan Yapachuti. Hashtag
like-
Demolition Dolan.
He didn't really bring it out. No wrecking ball that I saw, but maybe he was back there slamming in the guys.
Poor Nikki T also.
Yeah, poor Nick T. Almost had it. Leader
That
pole.
sucks.
Leader pole got him.
Super Filmsy in chat wants a Vohland update. How we feeling tonight, Max?
Yeah, we're good.
He's looking
we are,
comfy.
Yeah, we are now reclined in the recliner, so we're
Can I get you to move that? I need you to move that cam down a little bit.
No, I
brother.
love his face in
Just
the
my
camera,
head
though.
in
Is
the
just at
camera.
the very bottom.
He's trying to cut the long neck out, really. is what
yes,
he's trying
for
to
real.
do.
How far down are we talking?
Just a,
I think it really just accentuates the long neck because that's all
Oh,
you
there
can
you
see
go.
was your neck and your head.
yeah, that's a beauty shot right there.
Alrighty.
You got Max's leg. You got his
Got my knees up.
Oh yeah. Hashtag long neck gang. Doy of
Yeah.
Linux in chat letting us know. Coors Light for the kids. Let's go. Definitely not passing Coors around. Max and Doc are not drinking tonight, people.
We are
people at home.
athletes.
We got the water going.
The underage
We
people are
are.
not drinking. It is just me
Cheers.
and Andrew Wood. Cheers, buddy. What are we on now?
Doc's 21, no?
5 for me?
I'm older.
Yeah, Doc can drink, but we're both athletes, so we're serious. And I'm 20. So
Doc
I
said he's
could-
gonna drive tonight. So
Yeah, he's driving
I don't
home.
know
kinda
now.
tidy.
I just
You're
heard
not
that
going?
ACP isn't riding anything.
Yikes. Yeah, well, I mean, it just rained pretty
Oh, you were
hard
gonna go
here
to
like
Arizona?
5 seconds ago, so.
I was gonna ride ACP.
I know some turn tracks if you need.
I've talked to some people up in Phoenix. I know ACP is closer
ACP is
to
always my
Vegas,
spot.
but it's raining over there.
Yeah.
Hard.
We got a hashtag Get Kellen in the booth. Great to hear after I've drank 5 beers that you guys think I'm still good enough to sit alongside Richard Charmander in the booth. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
So thank you guys for the support. Hopefully the fun has been had tonight because we're going to turn the face cams off and get serious because it is time for the 250 main event. We've got Castellaneta, Magnetti, Burns, Leclerc out of the LCQ. All right, around the room, starting with Max. Seth Shirley stays perfect or not?
Yeah.
He's got a yeah. We got Doc.
After a 12-second lead in the heat, I say so.
All right, Doc.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's pretty solid to stay perfect somewhere.
Andrew Wood with the
Yes.
thumbs up. I say no.
Kellen's hating.
Okay.
Gotta be
what?
different.
Kellen is a hater.
Gotta be different.
Okay, why?
Just to be
Okay,
different.
freaking Lewis.
Yep. No, I think.
Thick boy says Shirley winning by 35.
All right. I think someone's gonna get up there and ruffle his feathers. I think these guys are like people pissed off at Jet in the 450 class. They're sick of Seth walking all over their graves. They're ready to get a dub here tonight in Glendale.
So, yeah, I mean, I get it.
Chat's popping.
So, for like talking about Jet getting booed when he crashes, does no one remember that happening to Donji Filippoto?
Always.
RC,
whoever wins a
Stu
lot,
the most.
yeah.
Stu was
Yeah.
like, I almost got in the fight one time at Anaheim.
All right.
Anaheim 2 when Donji came before the finish. And
did?
What?
Excuse me.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
You can't come, you can't came before you finish.
Okay.
Anaheim 2 is probably, I don't know, 16, 17, 18. Stu's back on a Suzuki. Dungy came and cleaned him when he got knocked out, concussed before.
That's what cleaned him.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But everyone, dude, people were cheering like it happens. I cheered as a kid when
Dude.
I was in every single person.
All right.
Sorry, said Dungy was edging before the finish.
All right.
Okay.
That's a pause.
No, but
Hey,
seriously,
yo.
like I used to when I was a little kid, I used to cheer when Stu would fall or stuff because I was dumb. I remember days in Qualcomm where I'd be like, "Oh, he fell," and I'm like, "Yeah, someone else is gonna win." And it was normally Reed. But I mean, like everyone got cheered for. I feel like that was a thing that like on Pulp and stuff, people would be like, "Oh, they cheer when he fell." I'm like, that's happened to so many people.
Yeah, they just don't want the top
I think
guy to win.
I think they're disconnected though from being in the press box maybe and like boos during opening
Excuse me?
opening
Are you trying to
ceremonies.
call me out?
Yeah,
All right.
you're just stuck in your little court.
Okay.
Quiet flex right there, Skellen.
Well, he just said in the press box. He's calling out these people in the press box like we're not up there doing real work.
No, not you, but
Okay.
I just think that that's
Everyone but
like
you.
it was made to seem like a bigger deal than it was because I feel like so many people, everyone who's popular. I love guys that win and dominate. If you win 6 years in a row and you go undefeated, I'm like, that's freaking tight. To me, that's cool. Like you're cementing your legacy. But most casual fans are like,
I need you to stop because I needed the Design Lab Co. whole shot winner 250 main event. It would hit me first. What you got?
don't put me first.
Okay, Doc hitting you first. Who you got?
I'm saying Shirley.
Okay, Max.
Shirley got a good start in the heat. Came around the corner first, so yeah. I mean, he's
Okay, we got Shirley Awood.
yeah.
I was gonna pick Shirley too.
Okay, we
Don't
got
put me
3
first.
Shirleys.
He's gonna win.
I'm gonna go with Emmett's son because we just picked him. We just landed on him first. I think he's gonna get it. All right, here we go, folks. 250 main from Glendale. Shirley's got 5 inside the box. Max Vohland earlier said
Yep.
that is the premium
Gate.
spot. Let's see if he gets it. Off
Yeah.
the
Oh,
gate,
he
couple
got a
guys
sick
hit.
jump.
Shirley with a really good jump. He's gonna lead him into the first corner. Does anybody push into the first corner? No. Seth Shirley with the Design Lab Co. whole shot.
Me and
He's
Doc
leading
just
from
high
Evan
fives.
Holt. We saw a battle at A1 with him. Let's see if this battle continues into Glendale.
Holtzy, quick move right there through that rhythm section up into second by his own. A lot of guys side by side going over that triple here, but Holtzy trying to push forward and move up to Shirley, but man, he's going to be the only one that's probably going to be able to compete for this. I don't know who's close behind them, but man, Holtzy with a great start, and I think Shirley, though, this could be all she wrote if he rides like he has been for the heat race in the last 5 rounds before us.
Seth leads the end of lap number 1. You got Holtzy, you got Holden Cote up in the mix, Evan Vanderkoy, and Austin Bridges, Lucas Brune, Cashel, John Heilman, Austin Schaefer, Emmanuel Cepeda, and Emmett Sund up in the mix early on. But really, it's all about whether or not Holtzy can give anything to Shirley, who cases the end of that rhythm section, almost goes down, holds on to it, but this is going to be a good one. Can Holtzy or Holden Cote get up there and make a difference in this main event, or is Seth Shirley about to pull away and win by 35 seconds?
Maybe 20,
20?
but 25 could be realistic. This, for me, this track has such big rhythms with Holden Cote. I know he's pressuring right now early on, but some of these guys maybe didn't show too much early on. It's a great ride from him at the start of this main event, but this race is so long and this track has been so hard for these guys, so many crashes, that I think there's going to be a bigger gap of lead kind of between him and the rest of the field, just because I do think some of these guys are going to make mistakes. That does feel wrong saying with him so close to Shirley early on, so we'll see if he can apply some pressure and maybe knock Shirley off of his game, but I do think this track is very difficult, and 25-30 seconds would not be something too crazy to talk about.
Well, the thing about Holden Cote early in this main event that is good news for maybe how this battle will materialize is Cote does not care one bit about what Seth Shirley is about and trying to go for this perfect season. He wants to go get this dub, and he might make an aggressive pass to get there. So if you're Shirley, you got to defend a little bit here. You can't just get away scot-free in these opening couple laps. Holden Cote on the 381 is holding you close as they battle for the race lead here on lap number 3.
Yeah, looking good so far early, though. Shirley not really making any mistakes. We've seen so many people clipping this rhythm section, kind of making mistakes, going for a quad, ending up with a triple, or going long or something like that. And these two in the lead right here, 1, 2, have looked really smooth. I think they're not really pushing. These guys do seem to be locked in. Holden Coat does seem to be, ooh, a little mistake there in such a spot that you wouldn't really think that's a place he's going to make a mistake, just coming through the whoops and going high in those bales. But I mean, he looks to be the only one early on who can pressure. And just like that, he's going to go down off the bike, and look at that. That's going to be, there's no one else.
Where's everybody else? Coat's going to get up still battling
That's
for
going to
second.
be a 9, 10, 11 second gap right there from Shirley. And just like that, 9.4 to Austin Bridges in second, Vanderkoy third, Heilman fourth, Holtze fifth.
Yeah, we got Z's in the chat. C-Cam, your dog in chat, knows that this race is over, at least in his opinion, because Seth Shirley is gone. G-O-N-E at the front of the field. So now the battle for second is on, and we could treat this a little bit like a fun one, because who are these guys? Austin Bridges, Evan Vanderkoy, John Heilman, Evan Holt. Who's going to get second here tonight in Glendale? Because Austin Bridges, I don't know if I've ever seen him on the podium before. This would be a good one if he gets up there.
What? Nah.
Austin Bridges, yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen him before either. He's looking great though, having a great ride. Looking good too, that gear looks pretty sick as well. So going for the Lit Kid Award as well as kind of going for a podium here. He's got some competition, but early on you get a great start. You haven't really been in it, and I feel like that's a way to kind of get really comfortable when you're not expected to be there and you're running up front. You just kind of ride your own race and kind of see where you end up. So Bridges looking good in the second place spot, but he does have some guys behind him. Oh, can he get through the whoops? He does barely survive and holds on to it. Evan Vanderkoy, though, crossing over with whips with someone else right there just behind him.
That is John Heilman.
Doolies and Heilman. Heilman, I know, is looking to move up, and just like that, he's going to quad double, just like the big 450 guys past him. Can he get up into second and try to stop this runaway from Seth Shirley?
All right, I need to, around the room, how far does Seth lap tonight? Long track. Seventh for Doc. Max? Fifth. Ooh.
I see a lot of crashes coming out of this group of guys battling right now.
I think Seth laps to 13th. It would?
8th.
All right, so everyone in single digits but me and me. So we'll see how it does with Seth Shirley out front.
I was thinking, I was thinking 6 to 8. They took 5 and 7. I was like, do I go in the middle at 6 or do I go high and just play that? I'm going for like a Price is Right kind of deal. I'm trying to beat those two guys and kind of split between me and you. Price is low.
All right. We got John Heilman up into second. Bridges still having some troubles in the loop. It's all over the place.
Seth must have made a mistake
Four
here.
riders. Evan Vanderkoy. No, who is that?
Taking him out.
Killed him.
No, it was Holtze.
Witness a murder on screen right now.
Was nicer than that. I guess not. Holden Coat going to make the pass back into fourth, trying to get a Coat on the inside. Third.
Chop the wheel off.
Walk pass. Got it done. Let's see if Holt tries to pass him back. No, falls in right behind him. So
that was a smart move there.
Yeah. Ooh, stacked
maybe
it.
Not.
It loses 2 spots because of it, does Evan Holt. So Coat now into third. You got Vanderkoy fourth, Emmett Sund in fifth, and now down the inside of Holt trying to make that pass stick is Cepeda. Won our heat race earlier on, but Holt holds on for the 6th spot just ahead of Cepeda. You get a running order across the top of your screen. Oh, I thought we were going to get Dooley's Vanderkoy, who is so steezy in MX bikes. Did not get slideways here in Sim. Not sure why, but Evan Vanderkoy right there behind Emmett Sund, I should say, battling it out for 4th place. Then Coat and Heilman. So right now, Seth Shirley has not lapped anybody. He's trying to close the gap down on 22nd place, who is a few corners ahead of him. Halfway through this main event, feeling pretty comfortable with my 13th pick at this point.
Can I change picks?
I don't know, man. This is a little dodgy. Ooh, Coat almost through the front door.
No, I'm locking him in my 7th.
If we can change, I'm changing to 10th.
What did they lapped up to?
They haven't lapped to anybody.
They still have 7 more minutes.
Half the race left to go. They haven't lapped a single person.
Dude, they're gonna start crashing everywhere.
All right.
I'm calling.
We're gonna see DC pretty soon.
Yeah.
Heilman's actually not as far as I thought he was.
No, Heilman is not making it look pretty, but he's still about 12 seconds back.
The thing is, I don't think he's really crashed, or if he has crashed, he's crashed once. But I mean, that's a big thing. I think with those long rhythm sections, you have so many guys trying to triple quad, ending up short or long, and kind of messing up that and going down. That's 10 seconds of fall off. So, I mean, it is a minute and 10 second on average kind of for the fast guys lap time. So you've got, 7 crashes you could have in there if you were on the lead pace. But I do think it's going to start to kind of add up, and we're going to see some guys going a lot slower as they kind of get faded through the main event.
Breaking news in chat, Andrew Wood has never heard of Dominic Tiberino. He's only ever heard of Dominic Saulnier. So tough break for A-Wood right there. Never has heard of the national number 77 of Dominic Tibernipples. You hate to see it. But Seth's really up into the lead.
I was thinking of one I haven't heard about in a long time. I was typing Saulnier and he typed it.
So Shirley still leading by 10 seconds. Yeah, really has not gotten away as far as we thought he might. Heilman, Emmett's son, Holden Cote, and Emmanuel Cepeda is our top 5. Cepeda's looked pretty good here tonight. We have not talked much about the 56 boys, but after winning his heat race, now in a top 5 spot, going to move into 4th place. And Emmanuel Cepeda, I don't know much about him, but he is looking really good on the Takatoji 56.
Yeah.
Thanks, A-Wood, backing it up.
I was trying to. I thought that was going to be tossed someone else.
Look, you are my co-host, A-Wood.
I know. But
we're the guests
that
in the
one,
studio, all right?
for some reason, I've been trying to feel like when they get. I know you normally mention him or whatever, but I just felt like that was.
We got a battle behind him.
I was a little distracted too. I'm not gonna
lie.
4-way. Look at this.
Okay.
4 dudes
Four-way.
in the whoops. Stevenson leading the group, and they're all sideways.
Who's that with them? The 84 of who? Cash Woods?
Cash Woods.
Oh,
Cash Money Woods tossing it right now.
Let's see who's going to get in this battle.
Quad over the head, down.
Lands on F move, and he
Quad
is down.
up.
So Woods goes down, Holt goes by, and the battle is pretty much over.
Sitting on the sidelines.
Do a little check-in on
A little
P1.
double from Heilman there.
What do we got for P1? He is lapped up to, where are we at? Let's go all the way back through the field. 21st place. Tyler Nichols getting lapped. We are 4 minutes away from the end. Well, 4.5 minutes. And a lap away from the end. And
I don't think any of us are going to be close to the
feeling
college.
real good about my 13th at this point in time. Doesn't mean anything. It's not like I'm winning money, but I'm still proud of it. So Seth Shirley winning from Heilman. Cepeda up into 3rd. Oh, Hayden Stevenson is down. And Evan just got his front end cleaned out. That is squeaky clean now as he picks it back up ahead, behind Cash Woods, I should say, on an 84. And this is a battle for 8th. 112.2, 116.5. So Cash Woods has got the speed into him. You might as well call him Lightning McQueen, because he is trying to move his way forward up to Stevenson, and he's running some solid lap times with that 121.2 to the 120.5. I mean, they are just way off the pace now.
I mean, I've gotten to a point where every time I see one of these guys down or making mistakes, I'm thinking about my 8th place bet and seeing how far Shirley can lap to. So, I mean, hoping some more of those guys go down. There's actually a huge
prayed
gap.
on the downfall.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
What's this battle right
I
here?
am.
Perkins and Cote. Cote
Dude,
down
he's
the
so
inside.
far away from all the people though.
Cote made that aggressive pass on Cameron Perkins right there. He was doing his best Julian Beaumer impersonation with that O'Neill Red Bull KTM kit that he's got going on for Pipes Motorsports Group or whatever team he's on. And we'll see if he can close that gap back down to Holden Cote as Emmett's son closes back in. And this is a battle for the 9th spot, I believe, as they go into the whoops. We're all over the gap at this point.
Yeah, these guys, I mean, there's not much going on up front, so I feel like a lot of these kind of mid-level battles is what we're going to have to look at. These guys kind of jockeying for a top 10 position. It's still a very big position for you to be in. Some of the guys, look at that.
There's a 10th whoop
So
at the end right there. His name is
goes
Holden
down.
Cote.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, for me, you know, when I was first starting out too, kind of in my career in sim, it's like you're looking for, and I'm sure it's the same kind of in real life, you're looking for your first time making main, your first time getting top 15, top 10, top 5, stuff like that. So some of these guys, when we're watching the battles for a 9th, 10th, 11th place spot, it's a big deal for some of these guys, especially some of the newer names that we start to see. So, I mean, it's very nerve-wracking, and it's something that kind of means a lot to these guys too. So, fun to kind of watch these battles here, but Holden Coe actually moving up a couple. We've seen two guys down. Holden Coe is sending. We know he's got a lot more speed. And look, he said right now, this is the rhythm section where I'm going to make it happen. There's 2 dudes down and 3 guys in 1 rhythm.
All right.
What position is he in now?
He is up into 10th. Went in the top 10 behind Austin Bridges. So he went around Jonathan Hernandez, Evan Vanderkoy, and Cameron Perkins, who was also down. Oh, Holden Coe. Oh, man. Austin Bridges getting taken down in the sweeper.
I got a sim question for the sim people.
What do we got?
What's the rules on? We got an AMA book on cleaning people out in sim, because in a video game, there's no injury, there is no risk to really taking someone out. So if you are good at putting someone on the ground, is it something that we just don't do it out of respect, or do you just do it because we're losing stream here as Bridges goes down? But I'm saying IRL, there's consequences. Sim, not as much. Is it still forbidden, or is it against the rules on the rule book?
I say all front wheels are available for a saw.
Yeah. I don't see why, if you are playing sim and racing and you're fighting for that spot, maybe like a 10th, that would be your best result. I don't see why not just kill the dude in front of you. There's no consequences besides maybe the dude sending it across the track on the last lap. So. Yeah, I feel like the sim community could maybe ride a little bit more aggressive than they think they can.
There you go. Words of wisdom, Maximus Vohland. Kill the dude in front of you.
I feel like me and D Davis would be a good guy to call up right now, because there's so many of those kind of instances. For me, it's take out the front wheel cleanly, just like you said. Yeah. If you can put a guy on the ground, that's cool. If you're putting someone over a berm. No, if you're putting them over a berm, that means you're hitting kind of the center of the collision kind of border for you guys. If you're going over a berm, that's considered like you're punting someone. That's just not kind of fair, right? If you're going to be able to brake check or clean out the front wheel, do that all day long. And then it's just like, for position, I think it's the same as real life, right? If you're 2 spots out of a transfer or 2 spots inside a transfer, don't touch each other, right? It's like that kind of respect. But if someone breaks that, that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, sim, there's no real life. You know, you're not getting injured. But I do think
hurt, and you don't have to fight the guy in the pits afterwards.
Yeah, I do think there's still some small line of respect though, and people get upset when it goes past that. You know, if someone takes up my front wheel and I left it open for him, I went outside. I'm like, you know what? I'm an idiot. You know, after an hour after the race, you might be fuming, but after that, you're kind of settled in. You're like, all right, I messed up. So
yeah. BT said, just do it and then act like it was an accident so he won't protest.
Yeah, and then
So that's what I was wondering, is with the protest deal, so if you take a guy out blatantly, just tee him up like you're talking and punt him over the berm, is there a consequence to that?
You get a warning maybe.
I was suspended.
What if we were on probation and you get a warning and you do it, then what's the next move?
Rest in peace, there goes your account, buddy.
I got suspended, no probation, for taking out Fjellberg after a triple into a corner where I cut like half a bail. I hit him pretty good, but he did not.
Fifth wide him?
But he went down.
Well, I hate to cut you off, gentlemen, but Seth Shirley has dubbed up here in Glendale for the 5th time.
Wow, I'm so surprised.
In 2024, the perfect season is still alive for the 1 dub. John Heilman did his best, 15 seconds down at the end. Or not.
No.
As he goes down.
He's good.
Second,
He's fine.
Evan Holt's got a big gap.
Still great ride for John.
We got Z's in the chat, Cam Ya Dog in chat, letting us know that this race was a snoozer. John Heilman, 24 seconds down at the flag. I stand corrected. Evan Holt 3rd, Emmett Sun in 4th. Lucas Brune, let's see if this gets any more interesting at the flag. No, it's pretty much the same. Lucas Brune in 5th. Jonathan Hernandez 6th, great ride for him. Cashwood 7th. Evan Vanderkoy, maybe he's going to get 7th. Well, no, he's going to go down and end up getting outside of the top 10 probably. Hayden Stevenson 8th. Cepeda went down 2 right before. Wow, Evan Vanderkoy ended up in the other rhythm lane, and he's trying to get through these guys. Ends up in 10th. Cepeda ends up in 9th. Tyler Show ends up 11th. 12th for Cameron Perkins, 13th Austin Bridges, 14th Jake Speeds, 15th Holden Coates, 16th Millie Soderblom. Maybe Snyder tried to get there, but Snyder wound up in 17th. And
He
Seth
lapped
Shirley
at
lapped 17th place, Bender on at 18th, Briscoe 19th, Speck 20th, Nichols 21st, 22nd, Austin Schaefer. And I win.
See, I really thought.
No, you went under.
I really thought the track with
Yeah.
the big rhythms was gonna like change it, but when everyone's going double back there, you can't really crash. So
Double. Man, now I'm hungry for In-N-Out, Wood. What are you rude? Come on, brother.
sorry.
Seth Shirley, 5 for 5.
Look at the man. He's
I know,
a company man.
Look at this.
Yeah.
He knows what's up. SX on YouTube, www.staryoursystems.com. We haven't posted there in a couple years, but you can check it out anyway. Appreciate the support, Seth.
Instagram.
5 for 5. As most people would put it, Doc Smith, Max Vohland do not call it 5 for 5. They instead call it 5 for 7 because he didn't win the Triple Crown races, but I digress.
Overalls.
No, what? No, that doesn't count. It's overalls.
Argue.
You think that?
Not undefeated, but undefeated in overalls.
No way.
No, he's not undefeated.
No way.
got
You're
defeated.
calling heat races?
No, Triple Crown.
No,
That's
there
the
was.
same
3 main
thing.
events.
Here we
It's
go.
3 main events.
Well,
No
if we're talking
way.
about races, a heat race is
He's
a race.
undefeated points wise, yes, but he's
And
not
also-
undefeated in racing.
I think triple crown's thrown in.
Triple
For-
Crown is a main.
It's
Every
3 of
race
It's not the
is
same
a
as
main
like two
event.
motos and outdoors.
Undefeated in outdoors is both motos, so then it would
No,
make
I-
sense. to
I
go
know.
Triple
I'm
Crown.
but
saying
in
it's not the
outdoors,
same.
you get points per moto.
True.
You
So-
fucking high.
So if he got beaten one moto outdoors, he's
He's
been
not.
defeated. But
Yeah,
in a Triple Crown,
triple crowns aren't the same.
There
The
aren't,
format
but
is
there's
not
there-
good.
it's
cool
it
for
is
us.
what it is. He got beaten 2 of them.
He's undefeated.
He's undefeated in overalls.
undefeated-
in main event races.
Kellen's so happy.
If somebody looked at the points, he's undefeated. Yes.
Yes.
Somebody looked at race results, he is not.
I mean, to me, first moto, especially when they first introduced them with the different times, which I hated, but I think it being such a shorter race in Supercross, the style of racing that Supercross is, 3 12-minute races does not count as the same as 2 30-minute motos in outdoors, which you would call undefeated. I think it's still overalls for all of Supercross. I don't
Yes.
think you can be like, oh, Triple Crown shows up and now he's not undefeated. He's undefeated. It doesn't matter if he won one main or lost one main in Triple Crown.
I said
Oh.
I agree. He's undefeated, yes, but in race main events, he lost 2 races in a main event race. Everyone on the gate, not heat races. So whoever qualified that day made it onto the main gate. So it's a whole main event, and he did not win 2 out of the 3. Undefeated on overalls, yes.
Kellen,
but
what do you think?
overall, no.
I think.
I'm sitting
I
back
think
and
you guys
enjoying
are.
the
It's-
show.
it's still a-
I
This is
think-
great.
No, we didn't know.
It's
We didn't
still
know
a-
what you think. So
It's still
It's
a
either gonna
perfect
be-
season,
technically,
but
Max and I are the tiebreaker out of just us 3. But if there's another person that thinks the same as A would,
I would say so. For me, I'm like in my head, and it's not that way, but it's point scoring races. You're
Yeah.
undefeated in. And
but
for
how
me,
does that make sense? Because none of the 3 mains are point scoring. It's just the overall that's point scoring.
exactly? So,
So,
that's,
yes,
if you
overall
want
he's
2 motos
undefeated.
in outdoors or 1 main,
Okay,
or
let-
1 overall in Triple Crown, it's the same.
let me ask you this.
Losing him, if you go 1-1-2,
No, no,
you're
no.
undefeated.
No, no,
still.
no. Let me ask you this. We're talking about Loretta's. It's 3 moto format, right? If I go 2-2-2 at Loretta's and win the title, am I undefeated?
Loretta's is a one-off race.
Here we go.
Alright.
It's the same format as a Triple Crown.
If you go 1-1-2 at Monster Cup, you're not undefeated. It's a one-off race.
Can I
Okay,
get a
we
whole
only-
shot pick? All I need
Hubbard.
is a whole shot
Jacob
pick.
Hubbard.
to
Hubbard.
design my
Jacob.
play.
I'm gonna call Tanner.
We can
Tanner
agree on
Rogers,
everything.
Max Vohland's got Jacob Hubbard. What do you got,
Well,
A-Wood?
y'all both said Hubbard, so I said Tanner.
Oh,
One
I
other
said
person.
Hubbard. I'll go ahead and pick Jack Haley.
All right, I got T-Burns.
Jack Haley again.
Someone said Turley whole shot.
Early whole shot. Let's get it. What's up, my dudes? Into the first corner. Let's see who gets the
Triple Crown
design
suck, by the way. Triple
whole
Crown's fucking suck.
shot.
They're cool in person, but like actually not.
All right, here we go, folks. 450 main from Glendale. Round 6 of MotoOption Supercross. Here we go. Someone got a great jump. T. Rogers on the 55. Gets to the corner first. Gets pushed out by Johnny Padani, who forgot to brake. In the inside, it's Braden Carter with the whole shot. Gets sideways. Gets crossed up. Gets landed on. He's down. Into the lead goes Jacob Hubbard.
We were calling first to the finish line, right? Not a whole shot. Jacob Hubbard, the guy, with another great start, though, and just kind of putting himself in the right position, able to take over the lead early on after some misfortune. And just like that, he's got a little bit of a gap, but a huge freight train behind him. If he can put together one good solid lap, I think he'll be looking good. I don't know how much competition he has right behind him. We'll have to go through and see who's kind of in that 2 through 6 spot.
So it's Hubbard, Sullivan, Magnetti, Padani, Frank Jackson, Pablo Vial at the end of lap number 1 in Glendale. Braden Carter on the 1 machine has his work cut out for him, coming through the field trying to pick it up from that early crash to Spencer Turley. Perhaps the best chance Hubbard has had since Denver in 2022 to win a main event, especially with Luke Sullivan going off the track. Sully picks it up still in second, but Hubbard is out front, and wouldn't you know it, Max Vohland's in studio to watch his boy trying to pull away. Does he get to lap 6?
We'll see. Lap 6. If we get
lap 6 is where it makes
So we had a main at San Francisco where we got past lap 6, but we doubled it and crashed on lap 12. So we got to get through lap 6 and lap 12 without crashing, and I could see him pulling this off. It's a perfect scenario. Carter down early, has to come through the pack. Hubbard does not like anyone being close to him, which he has no one near him at the moment. So if he makes a mistake and falls, it is completely on him and no pressure whatsoever right now, as he has got all the pressure in his head for sure.
Oh, definitely pressure in his head as he gets swapped diddly in the sand right there. Bouncing through the whoops, but he has got a big old gap. Luke Sullivan, Colby Eaglin, Frank Jackson, Pablo Vial, Enzo Buttigni, Alexis Leclerc out of the LCQ, Alex Zellner in a freight train to the finish line jump here at the end of lap number 2. Leclerc with a saucy little block pass there on his teammate Enzo Buttigni. Both a couple of Frenchmen battling it out. And Sully holding on to second place. Eaglin is in a really good spot early on with Carter absolutely buried in this race. We'll see if he's able to capitalize on it. Where is Carter, by the way? Let's go back and try to find the 1 machine. Oh boy, it's not good. It is not good. Where is he?
Ahead?
Did we miss him? Ewald down with who that was. Okay, so Carter's in 9th. I thought it was much worse than that. And he's going to get a couple spots as Leclerc crosses up with, I think, Frank Jackson. Yep, puts him down.
Did Frank get a helmet change?
I would like to stay on board with Hubbard for a bit.
All right, let's get on board with Hubbard.
I'm thinking Max might honestly be the problem. Every time he's been like spotted for him, he's not.
We've gone both ways. San Francisco, I was really helping him out, and you know, sometimes when you're trying to help your rider out, not always telling the truth is the best thing. He was up front leading, and I was trying to make sure that he stayed in the lead and tried to make sure he would not crash. But he is a very lap board oriented guy and knows when people are going faster than him. When I'm trying to tell him no one's going faster than him, and it ended up making a crash on lap 12 and throwing it away, unfortunately. But right now he is in his perfect scenario, riding out front, no one near him.
Hitting the big lines.
He's hitting all the big lines. He's feeling comfortable. We do have problems when the E-road starts kicking in, so we'll have to be aware of that. Usually it's on lap 6, but I think we're now to lap 12, so we're going to have to watch lap 12, and he is looking good out front here.
Yeah, lap 4 right now, but I do think we saw him go through 4-4-4-1, and I think that's the cleanest that we've seen any of these guys go through that first long rhythm section. Sullivan right here in second with Colby Eaglin straight on his tail. Colby Eaglin still trying to push, but none of these guys seeming to make any gaps on each other or the lead. Braden Carter as well, though, is up into 4th place position after being 7th the last time we checked in on him, so he's moving on up. I don't know what Kellen's sit dab is to check the lap times, probably some weird control, so we're just, oh no, we're just going to keep moving on back through the field right there. I don't want to mess it up. Kellen is out of the booth for a second. Leclerc, though, in 5th place right now. trying to move up, but a little bit of a gap right here. Carter leaving that corner. Leclerc now as well, leaving 1 second later. Enzo Buttigni, Casey Cochran, your boy, Johnny Padani, and Frank Jackson. So
Love the helmet change out of Frank. Looking a little bit better for sure.
Looking a
looks
little more
so
factory.
much better.
A little bit
Looking
cleaner,
put
matching the
together.
white boots now. So he must have been watching the stream and taking
Team
the
manager
criticism
came to him
right.
and said,
Team
"Listen, we gotta stop
manager,
wearing
yeah.
that red helmet. It doesn't look good."
So we're not on Hondas anymore. We are on Kawasaki's.
Oh yeah, Luke Sullivan. Now he's up to a 4-second gap here, so I do want to move up. I'm going the wrong way. I was killing it, I promise. Jacob Hubbard across the finish line though.
What
Luke
is the gap?
Sullivan now to a 4-second gap right here, so he's kind of separating himself from the guys behind him. Colby Eagland right there still has some pressure from behind with the red plate holder Braden
We
Carter.
are currently on the curse lap 6 for Hubbard. So will
We
we
need to be
survive
on
lap
board.
6?
To be on board with Hubbard for curse lap.
Who's down? With Lapper down.
Sully.
Luke Sully down. Out of
Leclerc
P2.
goes by into 4th now, so we got Hubbo, Eaglin, Carter, Leclerc. Well, if you talk about heavy hitters behind Hubbard trying to close this gap down, it doesn't get much heavier than Leclerc, Carter, and Colby Eaglin, especially in the last few years of Supercross, trying to close this gap down on Hubbard. 6.5. We are looking at about 13 and a half minutes left of this race to go before the white flag waves. This is going to be a
few more
long
corners. Will he get the announcer's curse, or will he make the last set of whoops and break the curse and take this win?
Lap
We will
6.
see. One more whoop section to go on lap
2,
6.
3, 4, 5. He
We
made
are
it.
through.
Oh my
He's winning.
gosh.
We are looking good.
All right, now it's really on.
I would like
on
to
now.
just go through too in first person and see a lap time check as well, because
Yes,
I want to see the
absolutely.
109.6. I know we were running 106s, I'm pretty sure, in qualifying with Braden Carter. Maybe some clear air behind these guys. I want to see if anyone's kind of dropping below that, doing any big lines, or if they're kind of fading. 108.8, 108.6 by Leclerc. 8.8 was Carter, 8.6 was Leclerc. So they do have the speed advantage on these guys, so they will be moving up through the pack if they can stay up. I think it's little things like that, kind of tripling into the corner and not kind of bouncing everywhere else. So not so much the big rhythms through here.
Oh,
Carter's
Carter.
still going for the 4, and he's going to go 4 again. He'll get the 4 out cleanly. He does not hang a wheel. Just
Wow.
Like that.
That's huge.
Yeah, Carter is definitely the biggest threat for the win tonight. I mean, he is looking smooth and fast, as always.
Maybe we'll see a repeat of
Yeah.
Denver.
Hopefully we can get a good battle out of Carter and Hubbard like we did at A2 a year ago. And hopefully Hubbard can pull through, because I'm rooting for Hubbard. He's been trying a lot of years now, and it's been a long time since he's gotten a good win, so hopefully he can pull through on this one.
What do you think they're saying to each other right now, right? Because they're in the same chat, so they got to be talking a little bit.
I'm sure they're quiet. They both lock in. They don't really talk a lot. I'm sure BLRs or one of the other guys in there giving call-outs, but when you're out front in clear track like this, there's not a whole lot to call. So I'm sure Carter's going to set up a pass here within the next lap and a half, and then try to plug away at Hubbard's lead.
Well, this is Colby Eagland, who is not really in the championship fight anymore after he elected to skip Detroit last week. Just didn't feel like things were flowing in his direction and skipped around. So pretty much out of the championship fight, but Carter still knows that Eagland is a tough challenge in this battle for second place, and Eagland's fighting really hard to hold on to that position. Looks like a really good fight between two guys that could be battling for the win, but it's still Hubbard putting it to them at the front of the field to the tune of a few seconds. We are now at 8:53 on the clock, so closing that onto the halfway mark of this race, and it seems like maybe these guys are even inching up to Hubbard a little bit in the race lead.
Yeah, we're about to see lap times, and we can go up to Hubbard, check it out, and see really how close they're getting to him.
Wow, just a couple tenths
Nice
in
lap from Hubbard the last lap, putting in a 109.4, which is his best lap of the race. And usually Hubbard doesn't always have the fastest race pace. He's sometimes a good qualifying guy, but this year it's just been lacking a little bit in speed. But the speed has transversed into more consistency, which is what he has needed. So hopefully he can click this lap time off and keep hitting these consistent lines as he's looking super smooth with the quad over, quad, and quad single out. Nice line there. I haven't seen that one all night.
That is ridiculous to still be doing at this pace. So Carter has gotten around Eagland, who looks like he maybe went down or had a small mistake or something, because Leclerc also got by him. So it's a Phil's 1, 2, 3 right now, or should I say Phil's, and a bunch of Bitcoins right now in third place as we're holding on to the top 3 for the KTM clan. Eagland holding it down in 4th, but now this 5-second gap between Carter and Hubbard is the one really to watch. We have crested the halfway point of this race. We've got 10 minutes and a lap left to go. 109.3 for Carter, jumps down to a 109 flat. 109 flat for Jacob Hubbard, his best lap of the race, equally matched with what Carter's able to do. And I think a lot of it has to do with that over quad single line in the first rhythm that Hubbard's doing and no one else is.
Yeah, he's really looking good, and it's good to see that he's matching the time and he's answering the call of what Carter is putting to him on the track right now. So not sure if this line is quite faster. He has to go wide to set it up, and it is something that is not being done by other people. So there we go, a mistake which will most likely cost him time if Carter also clears the rhythm clean, and which he did also not. So it looks like both will be matching.
Oh,
Caught out from
Carter's
Carter in a
still caught
case.
out.
Luckily, no legs from Carter there, but yeah, Hubbard is. I'm not sure if I agree with that line. If I was probably calling out, I would tell him just to do the easy line and stay on the bike. But knowing Hubbard, he's going to hit the big line every lap until he crashes.
See, the main thing I noticed about Hubbard was that quad overline he's doing initially kind of sets himself up to land in that corner of the rhythm section, which gives him a big landing spot. And I know a lot of these guys have been complaining about the scaling of the rhythms, and it kind of allows him a little bit more leeway of going long or going short, and just not kind of landing and getting the legs off. So I do think that that's a really nice line. We'll see it as we come around again this time, but I think if you pay attention to kind of where he's landing, it's a different rhythm than all the other guys. In real life, you'd be looking at that he's not landing in and out of ruts, but for him, I think he's landing in and out of bigger spaces than everyone else. So right there,
Bit of a clip.
Smart.
oh,
Checked up, did the triple out.
Rider down
Yeah.
behind him. Don't know if that was a lapper or Leclerc maybe.
he went different. He just looks comfortable in that
Look at
line, though. I
Leclerc.
think when they're
Leclerc.
not really pushing, Leclerc has definitely moved up there
Definitely
from
put the
way
heat on
back.
Carter, gonna put some pressure on him.
Yeah, only 2 seconds back. 109.8, 109.7, 110.7 out of Hubbard in the lead right now. But I feel like his lap times are going to be really telling this time by where the speed is coming from as we close down to the final 7.5 minutes plus a lap here in Glendale. Oh, Hubbard's down at the end of the whoops before the finish line jump, and there it goes.
Can we get a lap count? Are we on lap 12?
We just crested.
Lap 12.
Hell
Close
no.
enough.
He
Lap
just
11.
barely didn't make
Close
it.
enough.
made it.
And Hubbard now back
We were
into
12
fourth
minutes
place.
in, though.
12 minutes in.
He's scared
Anything
of
related
the
to
number
6,
six.
double
So
6.
Oh, you hate to see it. So now he's back behind
unfortunate.
Eagland. Leclerc is still giving chase to Carter, who now goes to the lead. 108.8, 108.4, 9.4, 118.3. Of course, Hubbard with that crash. Battle for third, maybe the best one on track right now, as Hubbard continues to try to do this outside-in quad line and see if it closes him up on Eagland here by the end of the rhythm section. Eagland missed the line, and here comes Hubbard quadding and tripling into the inside to make the pass back into third, keeping it a Phil's 1, 2, 3 nice and tidy. Scrubs down the triple in third place ahead of
You can
Eagland.
definitely tell Hubbard's not happy.
He is trying extra hard. This is being around the guy a lot. The biggest weakness he has is making another mistake after making one. So the goal here is to get through this lap clean, get a refresh, you know, hit the finish line, take a deep breath, and try and get back into that pace of where he was when he was leading, and not push too hard, because it seems like he is trying extra hard to try and catch these leaders, which might result in another mistake.
6.2 seconds is the deficit right now for Jacob Hubbard to our race leader, Braden Carter, here on lap 13 in Glendale. 14 minutes have come and gone. 6 minutes and a lap remain here in the desert. Can Braden Carter hold off the hard-charging Alexis Leclerc? 109.3, 108.6, but it seems like Leclerc has inched that gap ever so closer here. Whoa, look at that. Step
Triple
on,
over.
Doesn't work
Does not
for
work
him.
for him.
And look at this, Hubbard and Eagland still going at it. Split lines
Hubbard,
going by
2 for
Leclerc.
1.
Gapped him.
Hubbard back into second place, still going with that
Over the
overline.
berm he
And
goes.
over
Oh,
the
no.
berm. And he's going to
Not
get back
the rhythm
on
he
behind these
wanted.
He
guys.
did legs, though.
Wow, that was quite the line by Hubbard.
Quad double out.
He settles back into fourth place. Luke Sullivan's still back here in 5th. Good ride for the 11 machine. Just not close enough to get in the battle. Then Jackson, Seabolt, Turley, Frazaka, Smith is our top 10 in Glendale at the moment. We continue to watch what happens with the lead battle. Carter's 7.4 on the rest of the field with 5 minutes and a lap to go. Is this his race to lose now?
Absolutely.
It definitely is his race to lose. I still think Hubbard can get up there, get second, be there if Carter does make a big mistake, but it's definitely Carter's race to lose.
Even for Hubbard, just to get a podium this year would be a good accomplishment, a good step in the right direction. So, not saying he has to win, but a podium would also be nice, and I'm sure he'd be happy with that.
Well, Carter's just putting in consistent times and consistent lines at the front of the field. Triple, triple, triple through the first rhythm section. Leclerc into second place ahead of Eagland, and then Hubbard. Whoa, Eagland coming into your living room off the track onto the plywood. Careful with the track re-entry. Good job done right there as Hubbard slides into your living room in 4th place right behind Eagland. And this battle between these two continues. Hubbard going to be annoyed he didn't get the lead battle going with his positioning at the moment, but really good fight for 3rd, and Hubbard still using that outside to in the sand to tighten the gap back up to Eagland.
Yeah, I like this. A nice close fight between these two. They got a gap to 2nd still, but man, look at these guys.
Hubbard.
Oh, and just like that, Hubbard goes down. Is there any number with 6? I saw 16, 16. And maybe he's just bad and falls. It's okay. Hubbard, you're a whole shot god, so it's okay.
Yeah, like Max was saying earlier, Hubbard does struggle a little bit in the E-Road, just with the way he sets his suspension up. It just doesn't act the exact same way he would like it to. But, I mean, it's the way he sets his bike up. He has to be used to it, and he has to figure this stuff out.
Yeah, the way he rides too is a little bit more aggressive and works a little bit on the flatter. Carter's a little bit more precise with the stick movement. Hubbard is a stick jammer, so he runs his stability very stiff and delayed almost. So I've tried his setup, and you have to pretty much turn before you're even in the turn. So that could also affect when the E-Road is getting more built, and you have to be more precisely in that line.
That is the technical term, in case you were wondering in chat. Stick jammer is what Braden Carter is, according to Max Vohland.
Hubbard is stick jammer.
Oh, Hubbard is. I apologize. Yeah,
Carter is more finesse on the stick.
Ooh, Leclerc.
Leclerc down in the whoops here. Eagling gonna get by him. And, yeah, I know Carter's definitely a lot smoother. His setup is a lot looser, and definitely can be a little bit more precise on the sticks and not just all the way one way or all the way the other.
So Leclerc slips back to 3rd behind Eagland. What happened to Sullivan? I thought Sullivan was ahead of the 78 of Hubbard, but I guess that is not the case. He is still in 5th behind him. And Frank Jackson is 6th. Seabolt is 7th, watching championship points just fade by the wayside. Braden Carter is pulling a massive championship lead with a 7th place for Seabolt and a 1st for Carter as it runs. But Seabolt coming into the season said wasn't really even that focused on what's going on in the, as we have my wife, Hannah, coming in with Max's girlfriend, Cheyenne, and we're just getting cookies delivered to us midway through the main event. Almost done with the main event, so shout out to the ladies. Appreciate their support.
Thank you.
Making it happen. All right, thank you. As we get some snacks in the booth. But battle for the 2 spot is on. Eagland versus Leclerc as I spill beer and more beer on top of the keyboard. Here we go. All right.
Please tell me you had a camera on for that.
I did not have a camera.
I got 2 cookies.
Okay. We all got cookies. Kellen's throwing beer cans around. He's knocked over his tower that he was assembling. Colby Eagland is just moving on up through these lappers, and he's still got Leclerc chasing on his heels. He's throwing whips. He's feeling good, and he is still in a good position here. Has not made a mistake recently, but just kind of holding on to where he's at. Lap 17, we're 19 minutes into this main event. He's still tripling on. We'll see if the Rogue can kind of mess up these guys. And just like that, Colby Eagland doesn't get the triple. Leclerc is going to go by with the quad through the rhythm section. Actually, maybe triple, quad, triple through that. And he gets out easily. He is now leading over Eagland. Eagland with a huge mistake in that rhythm section. And lots of stuff going on over here at Kellen's desk, but I just wanted to check where we were at, but it's okay. So Braden Carter's still out front leading. He's gotten through a big mess of lappers and another rider down. Now back into second place. We have...
2 laps to go right now.
Oh, okay.
Can you do math, Awood? That's all I'm asking.
No, I wanted you to like go to the guys. Alexis Leclerc, followed by Colby Eaglin, then a huge gap to Jacob Hubbard. So this top 3 has really separated themselves. I don't think we're going to see much more action inside the top 3 at this race. Just going to have to kind of watch these guys, see if they can hold on. Any big mistake could move them into the next position and see something happen here. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. But only 2 seconds, 3 seconds back for Eaglin on Leclerc in the 3rd position, but then the big gap back to 4th. So our podium is pretty much set unless something big happens here. Eaglin avoiding lapper there.
Yeah, white flag is out, by the way, coming this time as Carter crosses the finish line jump in the race lead, so time has expired. Apologies for the timer. I still have it on Triple Crown timer. I need to fix that. I am the moron of the group here tonight. So it is on the final lap. Braden Carter still leading from Alexis Leclerc. Colby Eaglin 3rd. Jacob Hubbard 4th. Jeremy Seabolt now into 5th ahead of Frank Jackson. 6th for Luke Sullivan.
Oh.
Someone went for the quad to death ahead, trying to battle with Luke Sullivan. Spencer Turley in 8th. And has been absolutely loving the Race Factory tracks. If you watch any of his videos this year, he's been stoked on him, which is a rare occurrence for Spencer. P9 for Kevin Frazaka and Jeremy Smith, still rounding out the top 10, putting SYS and Heckman Productions on the map. We love to see him for that position. So final lap, final couple of corners. Braden Carter looking for his, I believe, 3rd win of 2024. Just looking real smooth out front. 32-point gap coming into Glendale. Is going to leave with a much bigger one than that as he tries to march his way to his 4th consecutive MotoOption Supercross crown. Through the sand one more time and down the whoops, going by his teammate Luke Magnetti. Braden Carter takes the dub here tonight in Glendale as he flies through the finish line jump, trying to get a hot lap right at the end. 1:10.4. He went much slower than he was going earlier in the race. Alexis Leclerc did a good job on the 7 to salvage an LCQ ride and get 2nd here tonight as Colby Eaglin brings us down through the whoops on the final lap. And the 24 machine is P3 in the desert. Hubbard led so much of this race, 11 7/8 of a lap.
And he's down
no.
on the last lap due to a lapper.
Oh, you hate to see
Hate to see it. Stuck on him.
That is a
Sully
bummer
was
right
going
there.
for it.
Sully
Who's
goes
the
down
lapper
too.
with him? Is that Cochran?
Yes.
Would only make sense.
So Hubbard ends up 5th, Sullivan 6th, Frank Jackson 7th. For Zaka, looks like he's going to get 8th as long as he survives the whoops. Almost got sideways at the end. Spencer Turley in 9th will make it through, and Jeremy Smith rounds out our top 10. Luke Magnetti just held on, last man on the lead lap in 11th. Alex Zellner, Tanner Rogers, Braden Castellaneta, Jack Haley, Enzo Buttigni, Jeff Cooper, Casey Cochran, Pablo Vial, Johnny Padani, Trevor Burns, and Riley Hewen was our running order. As we wait for penalties to come in and see if anything changed, 14.8 seconds was the gap between Carter and Leclerc, and it stays pretty much the exact same.
How long has it been since we've seen a Carter, Leclerc, Eaglin podium? Have we seen it once this year?
Carter, Leclerc, Eaglin?
Yeah, like those 3 guys are championship hopefuls at the beginning of the season. You know,
It's
just
been a
kind of
minute.
showing up. I feel like this race, if this was round 1, we would be like, oh my god, the season is going off to be a kind of dogfight. I mean, even with the dominant round of Braden Carter, but I feel like this is almost too little too late for these guys to put in some good rides and kind of be close and finish in that. That's probably why he had the lap time a second faster.
Had to
But,
have been.
I mean, it just... We've seen it. It's over 1 race lead for Braden Carter, and I feel like it would have been great to see this kind of lead or this kind of challenge from Leclerc and Eaglin a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it's a bummer that it's gotten to what it is because now Carter's championship lead with Seabolt getting 4th, I believe, right, would be a 7-point swing again in the favor of Braden Carter. He was 32 up, so now 39 up in the championship on Jeremy Seabolt with, gosh, 11 rounds still of this championship to go. It's going to be a long series, but Braden Carter's got this thing pretty much unlock. We'll do a quick post show as we got us all in the booth here tonight. Max Vohland there on the bottom. Andrew Wood, Doc Smith over there in the corner. Really fun night tonight, though. Great to have you guys in studio. We got the snacks. The ladies brought up the snacks, and we're feeling fresh
so
here
good.
tonight.
So good. Great way to end it.
Great way to end it. Didn't get the dub, though, Hubbard.
Unfortunately,
No.
another
Really
mistake.
falling apart.
Yeah, same mistake that took him out of San Francisco, I believe, crashing in the whoops, and then 2 laps later, same thing again in the same spot. So kind of just how he is, you know. It just, if it's one mistake, it adds to another, and he gets a little flustered. And I try to tell him to just ride it in, but then again, a little bit unfortunate with getting into Casey and the whoops on the last lap and losing another spot. So we'll get there eventually. He definitely gets the starts, and he put in over half the laps where he needed to. He just needs to figure out that last stretch to the checkered flag, and he'll be on top of the box one of these nights. I believe it'll happen sometime this year.
Yeah, so you think a second win of Hubbard's career is coming?
It's inevitable. It's he's been close, and he was close in San Francisco as well. He just crashed on lap 12. Seems like the same thing this weekend. So I think for sure he's going to get his second career win sometime this year. Maybe when we go to Denver, we'll see. But it's for sure going to come soon.
All right, Vohland is in on Hubbard getting the dub, which is all we really have to look forward to this year, A-Wood, because I feel like Carter's got this thing pretty darn wrapped up through 6 rounds.
I mean, the championship has kind of set sailed through 3 rounds. We were, I think, looking at like an 18 to 20 plus point gap, and it's a bummer that that's the first podium that we've seen with Leclerc and Eaglin on it, and we're just kind of looking for championship contenders to show up early, but we haven't seen it. So, I mean, if it's a 40-point gap going after round 6, it's going to be kind of a bummer. We just kind of have to look for our other storylines, and yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks for everyone but Braden Carter, but we can at least hope for, we'll watch some battles for, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, try to see some new guys sneaking in. But I mean, still good racing every week, and there's still some drama, so I'm excited for it, and I'll be here every weekend through the rest of the season for you.
There you go. I would appreciate the support. Doc, for you, Carter looks like he's well on his way to a 4th consecutive Supercross title, which no one's ever done. Tyson Fresquez has 4 of them, but he didn't do them consecutively. Leclerc has 5 outdoor titles, but again, did not do them consecutively. If he gets this 4th consecutive title, is he the GOAT?
I mean, Supercross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty tough to bet against, right?
Is he the king?
He will be the king, I say, of Supercross. Definitely not an outdoor guy from Carter, but
not yet, at least.
We could see a shake-up next year with Shirley joining the class, and it might be Carter's maybe his last year getting a title when he just winning this easy, where he just pulls away with the points lead 6 rounds in. So we probably won't see that next year out of Carter and Shirley. It'll be definitely a lot tougher battle for both of them.
I could definitely see it being more of a Carmichael Stew type of thing here.
Can we see a changing of the guard?
Changing of the guard.
I mean, they're both pretty young still. I know Carter's a little bit older, but I mean, I think as you and me both know, once you get older, you have more responsibilities, school, work, whatever. You can't put as much time in, and you see that's why Leclerc to me is shocking.
Yeah, no, it
like
is.
Leclerc is around our time. He's got to be our age, and it's to see him still up there is kind of he's an outlier. And I do think that we're going to see if one of these guys starts to fade off or if they're going to keep kind of battling against each other, and we're going to see this for the next 4 or 5 years. So I do think we're in for a good time with Shirley, Carter, all these guys. So,
well, you think about Leclerc, Fresquez won his last title in 2017, and Leclerc won his first MotoOption Supercross title in 2018. And I think everyone back then thought, changing of the guard, here is the fast Frenchman that's won outdoor titles and is now going to win Supercross titles. And it didn't happen. Jack Haley, Jeremy Seabolt snuck in with titles, and now Carter is on his way to potentially a 4th title. So, yeah, changing of the guard, it could happen. Maybe Seth Shirley gets into the mix next year and changes things up. But that's why we go racing every week. You never know, because we thought Leclerc would be the next guy that wins 3, 4 in a row, and he didn't. And he still has not found the gold when it comes to Supercross and has only got that one 450 Supercross title. So yeah, pretty interesting kind of mix-up. Interesting to see what Carter does with this championship lead because it's massive. And now he can go into management mode a little bit for the rest of the 11-round championship. Pretty much can
I don't think he
cruise this
will.
thing home. But, yeah, I mean, I think at this point it's does he go for the all-time wins record? Because I think he is 6 back now of Jeremy Seabold, who had it. Or no, Tyson Fresquez still has
That's
it by
it?
a couple points. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna. Yeah, he'll be the leader from here. I mean, I was thinking of like a little bit of Jesse Mullins kind of area where it's kind of a gray period in the history of sim racing, and maybe that kind of ruined some of Leclerc's championship hopes. That's what I kind of initially got to. Can you go down to like the single moto winners or the overalls? I'll be on there.
Let's take a look at the 450 wins because this is after last year. So
450
Leclerc-
all time.
So here you go. Carter has added 3 wins to his total.
Okay.
So he's now 1 behind Jeremy Seabold, and he's 6 behind Tyson Fresquez all time. Does he get
That's
it?
crazy.
That is
Definitely this season.
Does he get it?
Does he get it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
can see that happening.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever won 30 450 MotoOption Supercross main events, and Carter is 7 away with 11 rounds to go.
It's
You know-
possible.
It's
Sabrina Ritzler
It might be a
won?
next year thing.
You
He
never
might get
know
close.
Sabrina Ritzler won a main event, Eamon?
450 Supercross.
Yeah, Indy 2012, bro. Where were you?
I was there.
I was there.
I just don't remember. Can we go down the 450
Wait, Matt
motocross wins?
Matt Burkeen
Matt
won a
Burkeen
couple,
won.
yeah, he was really good for a
wait
while.
till we get to his outdoor wins.
Oh, you hate to see it, Jacob Hubbard, right here at the bottom.
Right at the
I think it might
bottom.
be. Is it below it or above it? Matt Burkeen 450
450 moto
overalls.
wins. Oh, who's that right there? Look at
Oh, that one
We gotta go
moto
to
win.
Ambition
Hey, and
Speed.
me too.
Oh, I wonder who won one career 450 moto. Where are you at, Awood?
I'm
Oh,
2
there you
below
go,
you.
2 below me? Yeah.
But I won the overall
Gunslingers, baby.
11 years ago.
All right.
Dude, Matt Burkeen was like the best racer in sim for like 2 years, a year and a half. He's like,
Really?
oh, I broke my ankle, broke my wrist. I'm just going to fucking play sim for. He barely played too. He was like, 6 weeks before the season and started winning. He's so sick. Matt's so fast. It's crazy.
That is quite
Now
fast.
he's a YouTube.
No
YouTube
choice.
guy.
Holy smokes,
No
we have got
choice.
so many private bots invading our chat right now. Apparently, we should have logged off 5 minutes ago because it
I'm
is
banning.
endless how many of
there's
those dudes
so many,
there are.
dude. You're gonna be banned forever.
All right, so apparently we're gonna need to ban all those guys, but you know what?
I
Going.
saw someone ask for seeing if the. I don't know if the points are updated
Bot
yet,
raid.
but somebody was asking for the points now.
Points now, as we believe, is Carter plus 39 on Jeremy Seabold because he was the closest guy in terms of championship points here tonight. We'll never know because Jeremy Konar won't update the points until next Tuesday. But we'll see where they're standing in a couple weeks, I guess, because Carter's got this thing pretty locked up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, full race distance, already working his way towards 2 full race distances for Braden Carter here in this championship. 6 rounds complete. 11 rounds still to go. As for Seth Shirley, 5 rounds up, 5 rounds down in terms of winning for him. I know you guys disagree on the perfect season scenario. However, let's just wipe Triple Crowns off the table. Does he not lose a race the rest of the year?
I mean, it's very, very, very possible. That being said,
He surely will go undefeated unless someone docks him or cuts across the track and T-bones him wide open.
I was
So
gonna say Carter could have went undefeated this season with how dominant he is and whenever he can stay up. But it happens, things happen.
Does he go 17-0 if he wins, or does he go 9-0 or whatever? Is that undefeated?
9-0's undefeated, yeah. And 2 viddies.
But 17-0 has to be win every Triple Crown race.
Yeah.
No, what he's asking, he's trying to get you to agree with him on Shirley.
I say Shirley is still a perfect season.
If you go
He's still
17-0 on
points-wise.
Supercross, are you undefeated perfect season?
Points wise,
Yes.
Shirley's perfect season.
Even though you lost a Triple Crown.
it's still an overall, so your points are still undefeated.
Why are we arguing? He's perfect.
No, I said Shirley's still on a perfect season, but to say he's undefeated is different. A perfect season and undefeated is two different things. He got defeated in two main events.
Perfect season, I get it. So undefeated, I would say that heat races would count too if you're counting the Triple Crown heats, mains, gangbangs, whatever.
Gangbangs.
Because perfect season
would
is
be
points,
everything.
Perfect
points, perfect qualifier or whatever. Not qualifier, but perfect heat race.
All right, so then you got to be AC that 1 year, Chase Sexton, fastest qualifier, everything.
Faulkner,
so
I think Faulkner was on that too.
perfect cannot be obtained, but undefeated can be.
Yeah. Wait.
Undefeated, okay.
Got me
We're
backwards here.
We're good. We're on the same page.
Okay.
I mean, he has a potential to get the maximum points this year.
Yeah. That's
That's
a perfect.
sick.
Yeah,
So
That's
Yeah.
sick. Sorry.
You're still undefeated in that aspect, but
Yes.
you still lost motos.
A race, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A main event race, even if it was a
It
triple
was
crown.
2, right? You lost 2.
I think
at
yeah,
Triple Crown?
Tharpoint. Should they go 2-1-1 or 2-2-1 or something like that? But yeah,
It was like 2-2-1 or something.
yeah. I don't think he won all 3 for sure, but yeah, I don't know. So you think the rest of the year does not lose a race, even showdowns for Seth Shirley?
Oh.
There's
Yeah.
2 showdowns.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's possible.
He's good.
I mean,
He beat
he
Carter.
won a forfeit, the
Yeah.
450 race he did,
Yeah.
which beating Braden Carter is harder than any showdown you can bring.
Yeah.
You brought the top of the sport in, and he knocked him down.
Man, why are you disrespecting Rasmus Balzer like that?
I do like Balzer.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
thought.
like his name. I'm immature.
Stock track hero right there. It's got-
Alexis Leclerc holds like
No.
90% of the titles.
Absolutely, he does not. Let's take a look.
No way. I'm gonna dedicate my life to winning stock track.
Take a look at.
I want to see.
Let's take a look. Oh, look at that.
No.
Track records. Intermission
No way.
screen will come back. Andrew Wood, who has most of the track records in the stock tracks?
What? I'm gonna beat them all. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do it.
I would
Wow.
cheat.
I've got a couple races though on like JLV servers. I think I've got 3. Okay.
In on it.
Who are these people, Haywood?
I see
I don't know,
Joe.
Joe Motocross.
I know
Aaron
Joe.
Maramba. I don't know why my Google
It's
Chrome
okay.
is lagging out right now.
Doesn't help. I'm just looking for my
Upgrade
name
your
in there.
PC.
Yeah, it's getting rough
I
out
saw
here.
an Andrew, but it
Haywood,
wasn't
who
me.
are those people? Stock tracks.
When did he do that? Can you click on his name?
So you want to look at this like 120?
I want to see when he did
on
it.
Alan
What
Rickey?
year? Because there was like 2
Well, we
weeks
gotta-
where
we gotta
Leclerc
go here.
click on the
So he did it in.
No, click on the time now, and then it'll bring it up the actual race. If you click on the time.
123.7. He did this.
So
8/1/2022
at 6 a.m.
Exactly 555
6 a.m.
days ago.
Our
Grinding.
time. I'm assuming he's like Euro.
Yeah. Rasmus Balzer, you think that's a U.S. name?
Could,
It's
be,
in
he could
Texas.
live in like Kentucky. That's a piece.
Oh,
I'm laughing. Wait.
that's crazy, Kentucky.
Tanner Rogers is second. Okay, so
T-Rod.
Leclerc had like this thing where it was like,
Yeah, he had
It
all the
was-
stock track records.
yeah, it was like
Listen,
a
I'm
week
gonna
and
do
a half.
mini doc
though.
about the history of stock track records in MX simulators. So I hope you tune in one day, because look at Rasmus Balzer.
All right, Max.
I'm
we
gonna
start
take one
grinding.
then. I'll cheat. I'll do whatever it takes.
Look at that, all of them.
I've
I
got
think
it-
even Rasmus Koch is Rasmus Balzer.
No,
It
so
is,
that's
see?
where
It's all him.
I was
Every
gonna
single
say,
record is Rasmus Balzer.
if you click on the race and the time, I bet you they're all within a week. I bet you he set out.
okay,
he
so
said,
what do we
"I'm
have?
gonna get
8-1. What was that?
8-1, 22?
8-3.
this is what Leclerc did. You don't just go out every 3 months and say, I want to win the stock track record.
8-1.
8-1.
Dude,
Dude, that was
you beat on the
57
same day.
minutes before.
He just going from track to track.
Balzer went dummy thick on these tracks.
I just want to tell you that there's one There's one track. It's like it's on a JLV thing when you go on the stock tracks. I think I have like 3 lap records, but one of them,
8-4.
me and the Aussies,
Dude,
yeah.
1 week straight of complete dominance, dude. He just
I've got a
curb
warehouse
stomped these
track.
records.
I dominated. I marked timing gates. We looked at everything, and I cut the shit out of that track to win the lap record.
What happened?
Lost it.
2,150. Andrew Wood
On a stock track?
on the stock tracks. That's where it's.
Yeah, I'm
rating,
not.
I guess.
I never
don't know.
raced
Let's
those.
see.
I raced those on a 50, and I looked like a rat.
Oh,
'cause we were doing cat and mouse.
1,025. Look who beat you. Wonder who beat you in the stock tracks all those
I'm probably
years.
so far
Is this
down
a
and all
certain
that.
track?
Huh?
Is this a certain
No,
track
this
or
is
what?
all stock tracks. It's the rating in the server.
But look
Oh,
at Max and
you're-
I. See where
you're
we're
cheating.
at.
I don't even have all the stock tracks
Do you have
down.
a UID?
Yerd. That should
What name
be.
did you go by in there?
Oh,
I have no idea.
Doc?
This is gonna be Doc.
Doc?
Yeah.
There you go. Look at
Hey,
that.
He's
Even
above
beat-
me.
even Doc beat you, dude.
Anyone?
Got you destroyed right now. I'm only a couple spots ahead of Doc.
I don't
I'm
race
up
stock
Hey,
tracks.
hey,
I'm
hey,
here,
sorry.
here, dude. Easy dubs, dude. A-Wood's got clapped.
What's
in
the
stock track.
rating on?
It's percentage of people you beat in the server.
You think I played that outside of like on the demo?
Why don't you try hard stock tracks once in a while, brother?
I never did.
Come on now.
Oh, that's sick.
All right, I think we've had enough fun in the
Coming
post-show.
up next week, cat and mouse.
Cat and mouse.
We did do cat and mouse. I gotta post that video still. We got.
We can make it happen. No, I want a new one.
Huh?
I want a new one. I want to be. I
Well,
want to
we did
record.
one, and Max was in it. Did you
We
do
need
it too,
to.
Doc?
Yeah, I was in it.
Yeah, Doc was in it.
We need to do another one.
We got a friend coming out soon. Wood, catch the fever.
All right, well, put me in there.
All right, put me in, boss.
Found a
Max,
hidden
Doc,
gem.
appreciate you guys coming. in
Hidden gem.
studio.
I found the the recliner.
You dropped your phone in the recliner?
No, I found a hidden gem in the recliner.
No,
my
leave it
God,
alone.
what do we got?
It is
Put it
crusty.
on.
Why is it crusty?
All right, easy. Max, Doc, thank you guys for coming
Yeah,
in studio.
thank you.
For having me.
Appreciate it. Good to have you. Good fun to talk about what's going on in Sim and
We'll
watch
stuff
Jacob
that back
Hubbard
in
throw
there.
on the 12th lap again. Really appreciate the help from you guys here tonight. Hey, whoa, sorry, we need to chill out with that for show. In the chat says Max found the sock.
The sock.
The sock, yeah.
Seth Shirley said SYS games next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
We can run
Yeah,
it.
because it's an off week.
Yeah, but you won't be here.
Oh.
Oh, you won't be here?
You won't be here.
No, SYS
No,
games
we
is in
can
live.
do
Oh, like
cat
live
and mouse.
stream?
Like cat and
all that
mouse.
stuff.
Stream. All right.
Elim.
all right.
We do
Wait, when do you go on your
knockdown.
I'm still off Wednesday
Thursday.
night.
We won't leave till
Oh,
Thursday.
okay.
We go Thursday. Wednesday.
We
night.
needed stat content.
Yeah.
All right.
Wednesday.
All right. We might
Yeah,
be
I
back
won't be
next
back
Wednesday.
for like a year.
That's
next
why
year.
it's a day. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Doc.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you.
Andrew Wood, as well, for always showing up.
You got a lot more enthusiasm.
Well, I mean, A-Wood's
You're
been
really
here
excited.
100 times. You guys, you've been here 3. He's been here 1. I don't know.
Thank
I
you,
support
Kellen.
the people who support me.
Appreciate you. I love you.
So, thank you guys. Appreciate you tuning in to round 6 of the MotoOption Supercross series here in MX Simulator. We will be off next week, or maybe we'll do the SYS games. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then after that, we'll be back for Arlington. So catch us in a couple weeks, at least for the Arlington Supercross and MX Simulator. We'll see you guys then. Otherwise, enjoy your off week. And we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. So long for now.